Hello, everybody. How are we? Smells like magic. Ah. You never know. You never know. I see a lot of people are expressing their fake support for TNA, and I'm like, where was this support a long time ago? I'm seeing more, oh, thank you, WWE, for TNA getting all these numbers. And that just insults me. Yes, I'm going to add them now. I cannot take people's fake praise for TNA at all. I can't take it. No, people are praising TNA because of the fact they've got a decent crowd, and I'm like, where was your support all this time then? Is it because your company that's so obsessed with destroying others is involved? Well, no, like have some respect. If I could eviscerate them all, I'd be happy. Well, to be fair, people are saying that TNA would have filled more than half on their own. They've certainly made an effort to improve certain things. But the fake outrage that people think that TNA can't do on their own, I'm sorry, but they're fake as fuck. Did Adam Pearce get fired? I don't know. First I've heard of it. Why? What makes you think that? You're missing one, Catherine. The inspiration doesn't matter. That prediction's not included. No idea. It's the first I've heard of it. If he's been fired, cool. Yeah, the one you're missing is Mustafa Ali versus Cedric Alexander. The inspiration are on the pre-show because the Elegance brand aren't a draw, so they can't get on the main show. Sums them up. Hey, Maria. Ali. Okay, no problem. Only one person has picked Cedric Alexander, and that's Fernando. But those predictions are now locked in. Whoa. Saturday night indeed, though, and this is where shows are going to get a little bit trickier to do. In terms of predictions, I've got all yours. Yeah, I've got all your predictions. You're fine. Ugh. But yeah, I don't like fake praise. Like with me, if I'm praising or critiquing TNA, it's real. Some of these online accounts, the way they're like, they paid no attention to WWE. Sorry, attention to WWE, TNA until WWE got involved, and I'm like, it's entirely fake. I'm going to be honest with you, Maria. I actually have not watched Collision yet. I haven't watched yet. Hey, Larbark. I'm not too bad. How are you? Josiah, trust me, I know. After today, it's pretty much confirmed he is winning the G1. But we are going to recap the first two nights. Then we're going to do a brief discussion on Pro Wrestling Noah, and then we're going to do some rebooking, and then that'll be it before Slammiversary, and then the rest of the week is fun. I was so against Evil for a long time, and he's changed my projection on him. But here's the funny thing. He's changed his dynamic that much that he's actually making it harder to hate. For the longest time, I hated Evil. Okay. Some disappointments, some appraisals, of course, over nights 1 and night 2. Some of my standout performers from nights 1 and 2 I'll give tonight as well. Who's my most disappointing wrestler from both nights? I absolutely will confirm as well. There is a definite disappointment, but we're going to get through that. Sanada acting like a babyface is hilarious. That film, Sanada's identity crisis gimmick is actually one of the 3 best things in New Japan right now. Sanada, with not knowing what he is phenomenal. Like, Sanada has likely, this is the first time in a long time, Sanada's had a gimmick that people can actually enjoy because it doesn't detract from his wrestling ability. Like, he's still wrestling good matches and he's still being hilarious. I'm loving it. Okay, so we're going to start with night 1, then we're going to move on to night 2, and then that's when I'll do like all my appraisals, my negatives. Then I'm going to get really confused about Pro Wrestling Noah for a bit, and then we'll push on. Because they did something this morning that really did confuse me. What's up, Billy? Maybe I'm just more disappointed. A lot better, thanks. A lot better. Ugh. Okay, so night 1's card. Nah, nothing to do with Pepsi Max. So night 1 begins with Shingo Takagi versus Yoshihashi. Then we have Evil versus Callum Newman. We have Great Okan versus Drilla Maloney. Yuya Imura versus Bolton Oleg. Shota Umino versus El Fantasmo. David Finlay versus Rui Oiwa. Gabe Kidd versus Takeshita, and then co-main events Sanada versus Suji and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ren Narita. Nice. That's good, man. What's up, Fernando? Okay. So let's look at this strategically. No, trust me, I have not forgotten about that, because you save enjoyment till the very end. Yes, I heard about it. Yep, Gabe Kidd versus Takeshita. Which wasn't too bad a match, but to be honest, it could have been a lot better, if I'm being really honest. Okay. But yeah, Tanahashi being the main event versus Tai Chi was crazy. To start with veterans and end with veterans is an interesting way to go. Anyway, let's run through it. So, opening contest, of course, is Yoshihashi versus Shingo Takagi. Again, it's the elements of unassigned, unaligned talents working against each other. Obviously, there's no more LIJ, so Shingo Takagi is alone. It's the same with his former member Yota Tsuji, who's later on in the show. And it's actually a good thing, because when you look at it, that faction is, no offense to the likes of Shingo and Yota, etc., but that faction is nothing without Tetsuya Naito or Hiromu Takahashi. But the faction is Tetsuya Naito. So it's nice that they've gone away from the whole thing. They've disbanded, they've become solo separate entities, and it's allowing them to flourish. Like Yota Tsuji, the minute he left, obviously, the faction, he becomes champion for the first time. He wins his first singles gold. He has a good run. Obviously, that run ended at the last New Japan event, Dominion, which we did do our preview and review show for. And it was the right time, obviously, for Yota to drop the belt to somebody who was right there, prime position, so they can take the belt on. That lets Yota focus on the main event scene and focus on trying to become world champion for the first time. And again, clever the way you do it. It's always about presentation. It's always about work. Yota Tsuji's got one of the best presentations in New Japan. I think as a wrestler, he's not great, but another great presentation is Evil. When you look at Evil's presentation, it's dark blue, purple lighting. He's not per se the Undertaker of New Japan, but he gets an Undertaker-like entrance. It's that dark, mystique look. And the way he walks to the ring, he comes in dressed all in black. And it's meant to be spooky, but it's a different type of spooky because Evil just wants constant interference. His matches are an interference shagging fest. And it's consistent throughout. Which is really annoying because Josiah will agree to the fullest extent here. Evil doesn't actually need House of Torture interference. He's proven before he's not an amazing wrestler, but he can go. And especially because he has a fantastic version of the sharpshooter at his own display that will really come in handy. But it's just awkward that he has to continuously use interference when he doesn't need it. Now, for the record, obviously, his version of sharpshooter is called the Darkness Scorpion. But he wrenches you like crazy. But we'll come to him very shortly. Exactly. That Jericho versus Evil match was incredible. It ties into a problem with the House of Torture as well. The House of Torture is now effectively Bullet Club because Bullet Club's all original members somehow found their way to House of Torture. And it kind of ruins the mystique. But this is where it comes into in terms of, and this is why I'm saying about mystique, because Shingo Takagi has one of the best presences in Japan, and the way he wrestled against Yoshihashi, it felt like his presence was just sucked away by a black hole. It felt far too much like this match was almost like a split mindset. Was it about shocking the crowd, or was it shocking Shingo to wake up? Because Shingo's been in a bit of a slump recently. His most recent matches haven't been up to form, and probably the best performance he had recently was probably the match against the former champion Hiroki Goto. But even before that, Shingo was all over the place. He wasn't delivering, and Yoshihashi, he continues to get back into a good pace in his matches. He's continuing to work hard. He's now adding more to his game. The white-haired machine absolutely stands the test of time right now. Yoshihashi is so incredibly underrated. Now, like I say, this match was very, very fast. We get the Dragon Hammer, well, the Pumping Bomber Dragon Hammer as it's called, from Shingo on Yoshihashi. He goes for the Last of the Dragon, which is, if you watch WWE a lot, you'll recognize it's similar to the Penta Driver. In a way, it's like more or less the same variant, except he drops you right on your head, whereas Penta will also go for your neck and head. But in the fortune of getting the positioning, it is countered into a crucifix driver. And we get a surprising win for Yoshihashi. I don't think many people predicted Yoshi to beat Takagi, even in the very first round. I don't think anyone would have predicted that. But he does beat him, and for a fast match, it's not a bad one either. It's a nice clean win for Yoshi. He's on the board. His first win of the tournament. It sets up for the rest of the evening's festivities. So, match number 2. This is someone I recommend you guys watching if you get a chance. And it's not the winner of the match. It's actually the person who loses the match. So in this match, we have Evil versus Callum Newman. Again, Callum he's a mixture of good technical ability and a fast striker, a really fast striker, especially his double foot stomp and his use of chops. But for me, what I like most about him is his ability to sell a comeback. When I look at the entirety of the New Japan roster, there's only a handful of talents that I say, you know what, I would buy into a comeback against this person because they sell it so good. So Callum Newman is one of those. Like, I like how Callum Newman sells a comeback from his opponents. But in this one, he gets no comeback. It's a House of Torture interfere fest. They constantly get involved. They strike Callum off guard. It allows Evil to gain advantage. Dick Togo, former member of Bullet Club and Bad Luck Fail, they do all they can to distract him. He can't respond. But then Callum's fatal mistake. Callum takes far too long going to the top rope for a double foot stomp, which allows Evil to counter. It leads to a favorite of Evil's. It leads to a ref bump because of the good old fashioned catapult. We get a choke slam from Togo and Fail. They choke slam Callum in the middle of the ring. To which point he taps out. Like, it's locked in. His knees are being wrenched, and Evil's got his lower lower side on the back of Callum. Like, he's pressing him into the ground. There isn't much that Callum can do, really. Like, it's a good performance from Callum. Like, I really like watching him wrestle. I actually think he's got the chance to maybe go into Europe someday or further into North America, and I think he would thrive. I think he would thrive, in my opinion. For a show of 10 matches, match number 3, Drilla Maloney versus Great O'Khan. This was quite an underwhelming contest, purely because Great O'Khan is not entirely up to speed. When you look at his performances, he's usually heavy on the power, but he can move. In this match, you don't see him moving well, and that's concerning for me. Especially someone like Drilla Maloney, who's had a very good start to 2025. Like, Drilla's had some excellent matches throughout. He had a good performance at Wrestle Kingdom. He gets around, and really glad to see. He goes for the Driller Killer early on, which is his set-out pile driver. Great-O-Khan counters. We go to the outside. Well, Great-O-Khan gets tossed to the outside. Driller goes for a baseball slide, hits successfully. He ties his a funny spot. It's actually a very effective way to neutralize Great-O-Khan for a couple of minutes. Great-O-Khan's ponytail gets tied to the barricade. We get used to the camel clutch. Again, the camel clutch is a very effective submission. It's always a good way to just slow your opponent down. But nobody really wins with a camel clutch these days. So it's more like a stopgap move in a way. Showing how strong he is, Driller Maloney lifts up the man himself and goes for a vertical suplex. We got a spine buster. Great-O-Khan then goes for a Thames Tombstone. Unsuccessful. And to conclude, again, he goes for the Cobra Claw, which is his stand-in face submission. Driller evades it, hits a gore, and then the Driller Killer for the win. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't like this match at all. Like, I really didn't like it. Like, Driller's had a good start to 2025. Don't get me wrong. But Great-O-Khan being his first opponent, and he has to work a power game so early on. But Driller doesn't look like he's being able to shine. It doesn't look like he's able to fully demonstrate his offense, which obviously Great-O-Khan can do with ease. Driller's left unsuspecting, wanting more, and me personally, I'm not a fan of that. I'm really not a fan. Up next, Yuya Uemura versus Oleg Boltin. Love this match. This match was incredible. Oleg, ever since defeating Takeshita, he's on a high. He's continuing to impress. He's proven that he is considerably the future of the organization. His matches are on point. His presentation never fails, and he's incredibly powerful. Now, Shota Umino, who is up next, by the way, needs to pay attention to this guy because Oleg is getting ahead faster than Shota, and if Shota doesn't pay attention, he will get left behind. So he should pay attention to Boltin. Yuya Uemura, again, we know that he had a match recently with Tanahashi for Dominion. It was a good performance. But here he got mugged by Oleg. Like, Oleg simply just destroyed him. There wasn't much in it at the very end, which is a shame. The crowd were behind it though, thoroughly. But an excellent result for Yuya. He gets off to a bright start. Like, he wasn't doing great until the very end of the match. Like, he wasn't. He was looking like he didn't know what he was doing. And Oleg, throughout the whole wave, you look at it, it just looked like Oleg was going to win. It just looks so obvious, but it backfires. Yuya wins with a deadbolt suplex. And he is on the board ahead of a big match for him. Now, I mentioned there about who was next, and I pretty much gave it away. But it's Shota Umino up against El Phantasmo, and ELP should know better. He's the New Japan TV champion, and in a time limit based match that you get, he was dreadful. And so was Shota. Like, Shota did not turn up for this match. I was really disappointed. I thought the match itself flat to deceive. Shota he was too busy being a smartass. Even more so that you knew that this match wasn't good. Is the fact that El Phantasmo was utilizing his favorite movie role, the pacifier, by twisting Shota's nipples. ELP was twisting his nipples like he was the pacifier. Really disappointed. Nah, Abu. Abu loves to twist nipples. You rang. I was going to say, Josiah, if you want to come on and talk some of the G1 with me, you're more than welcome. If anyone wants to come along and speak on the G1, you're more than welcome. But yes, this match was really disappointing, and that's a shame because ELP I've been a fan of since he was in and before Bullet Club. Like, really, I'm a huge fan. Now he's on his own. He has been for quite a while, and ever since he regained the New Japan TV title, he's been hot and cold in matches. I mean, he was excellent at Maple Leaf Wrestling, but he's been hot and cold for quite a while. I'm not too bad, thank you. I'm not too bad. How are you? What's this? Hmm. Like, I can't realistically enjoy this match, but Shota gets a little bit of a comeback with a neck breaker. That's not so bad. Could be worse. She could be 50. The neck breaker doesn't do a lot for him. Like, he does seem to get like a brief bit of control, but then the Canadian Revolution. A little bit of back and forths, and then Shota wins it with the second chapter. And considering the first chapter of this match, second chapter is appropriate because God, this match sucked. Let better matches prevail. I said a long time ago I was a big fan of both of these wrestlers, and they proved that again. Why? Ryohei Oiwa versus David Finlay. This match was incredibly good. I really loved this. I love how you've got David Finlay, who's a strategist. He's very tactical in his matches. He likes to play dirty, but he knows he can be technically sound as well. And then you've got Oiwa, who he's basically like he's like your heart in a match, like your spirit. He's like that one person who relies on the crowd, and it was so good. But really, Oiwa really does take it to Dave Finlay from the off. Like, he's very explosive in the opening bell. Like, he can't react. Finlay eventually does get him in the corner. We get a very effective splash. Oiwa gets straight back up, hits a drop kick. Starts taunting, doesn't really do much because Finlay, being part Irish, he goes all in on the swearing, and he lets it be known to Oiwa exactly what he thinks of him. Outside the ring, Finlay throws Oiwa back and forth like pillar to post, in the barricade, out the barricade. They go fight in the crowd. He hits an Irish curse. Shades of Sheamus, as you know, a little bit more crisp than Sheamus. But I think that's just because Sheamus is slightly older. Like, he doesn't have the precision, but that's okay. We get the Doctor Bomb from Oiwa. Again, I'm starting to think Oiwa may actually have the most impressive moves in the entire bloody organization. He does actually hit the Oblivion, which is the standing patella face buster from the suplex position. Really well done, but it's a kick out. Goes for the GTFO, to which Reiwa counters, and he hits him with the lariat, knocks him clean on his arse for the 1-2-3. What's up, Nippon? Takeshita versus Gabe Kidd. No. This is probably the best match of the show. The Takeshita versus Gabe Kidd was hard hitting. Both men didn't hold back. It was a mixture of. These were last night's matches, yeah. I don't know. I'm not really paying attention to who the next one will be. To be honest, he shouldn't either. He shouldn't pick him. He's not the right choice. Takeshita won. Very heavy hitting match as well. Gabe Kidd taunts him early on, knocks him playing on his arse. We'll certainly talk about it. If you want to come join me, Josiah, I'll drop it for you, Josiah, if you want to come sing along. If you watched night 1 or night 2, there's the link. I'm only chatting this first. And then if anyone wants to come in and chat about the next lot of rebooking, you guys get priority because someone else can do the Nakamura one for me before we start next one. Come on in, big man. Come on in. Oh, come on. All right, mate.
Yeah, good. You?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
Not bad.
Good.
Just enjoyed the run this morning.
Just gotta say, you were at the boxing last night as well.
And looking forward to Slammiversary tonight as well. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that's going to be quite an event. That's going to be quite the event.
Yeah.
Let's see. straight in, Abu, like all horny and
Yeah,
everything. He's jumping in.
good to
If
see
anyone
you.
else if anyone else watched the
Good
G1,
to
you're
see
more
you.
than welcome to join us. Oh yeah, man, it's good. It's good to get you back on. It's been a while. The quiz was the last time you joined us.
Yeah.
But now you get this one. So obviously, I've done a recap of some of these matches
Yes.
already, but like, it'd be good to get you to do the rest of the G1 with me. But what did you think of the first night of the G1? Obviously, you're a big New Japan fan yourself, and to be fair, and I know you very well. Me and you go back and forth on New Japan a
Yeah.
lot, and so does our and so does our pal
A
Lily.
lot.
I know for a fact
Yeah.
you are not happy with New Japan booking at the moment about a lot of things, especially
No.
Evil. So
No, definitely not.
so what's
Yeah.
your what was your take on the first four matches? Obviously that I've discussed there, and obviously we've just done David Finlay versus Oiwan. What's the rest of the night as well, and where is it that New Japan, predominantly for everybody that can find out, what is it mainly about New Japan that's pissing you off at the minute?
I feel like it's just the inconsistency in the booking and how they allow certain things to go on, like especially with Gabe Kidd being so pro New Japan in Japan, but then saying about how much he hates AEW, but then he goes off to AEW to just mess around and help out the Death Riders for no reason.
Yeah, I absolutely
and it's just
understand
the
that.
lack of, and it's like the lack of explanation, because he's very vague in how he explains why he's doing what he's doing.
And do you think, see, because of that, do you think, obviously, in this match, obviously he does get injured. Gabe Kidd does get injured in this match.
Obviously plays into what happens earlier. Which...
Yeah, do you think it's kind of obviously I don't wish injury on someone, but in a way, do you think it's kind of like the way he's acted around New Japan and AEW, the way he's behaved? And obviously, he says he's pro this company. He doesn't want to go in another company. He doesn't want to act like that. Do you think this is kind of in a way, it's a bit of a lesson for Gabe Kidd to learn, and it's kind of what he deserves in a way? Not in the sense that he deserves to get injured, but like it's a reminder of, mate, you fucked about with company to company. You kind of deserve this.
Yeah, and it's also because now it obviously affects both companies, because now that he's injured, he's not really going to be able to go off to AEW and do whatever it is he needs to be doing, depending on how injured he is. Because we're not going to get too much into it, but obviously he's said that he's not ruled himself out of the G1 yet. But I will say that there is something fitting about him being in. Well, I will say that there is something fitting about him being injured by an AEW wrestler. But
it is actually quite fitting as well that
I've given everything that he said.
Yeah, like he's like, I can take it all, I can handle it all. I'm not going there and then get injured by somebody who's got a contract to 3 companies, one of them being AEW. It's just it is actually a little bit funny.
Yeah.
The opening match itself, it was very quick. It was very quick between Shingo and Yoshi.
I was surprised.
You surprised?
Yeah, because maybe not so in the sense of the length, but I'm surprised at the fact that Shingo lost. But then, as you said earlier, it kind of makes sense, because he's not really been in the best of form in terms of wrestling results recently.
Yeah, I personally think since Wrestle Kingdom, Shingo's only had one good match, and that was the match against Goto at Dominion. I don't think he's actually had a good match since.
No.
And it makes sense that everyone's like, "Oh, Shingo's going to beat Goto," and I was like, "No." Like, if anyone,
for what?
If anyone, like exactly, like what has Shingo done to deserve the chance to beat Goto, who's in the, obviously, sadly, he's injured. He's not in the G1 this year, but like, there was literally nobody on the roster that you would actually. Well, there's a few on the roster you would say could beat Goto, but no true New Japan fan would say Shingo. Like, you'd be lying to yourself if you said, "Oh yeah, Shingo's going to do it." And thankfully, he didn't. But yeah, it was very quick. Obviously, your number one annoyance right now, Evil, goes up against Callum Newman. Like, what did you think of that? I think he's frozen. There we go. Yep. I thought you were frozen, but you're back. I was asking, what were your
Yeah.
just your thoughts on, obviously, is a constant interference. He does win by submission with the Darkness Scorpion, but your thoughts on the Evil versus Callum Newman match?
I feel like it was, isn't it, just pretty much a typical Evil House of Torture match, just overbooked to hell. It wasn't very wasn't anything different to what I was expecting.
Mm-hmm. And it does back up your point that he is going to win the whole bloody thing.
Yeah.
Like, it seems obvious, like, because he said it before, like at the start of the year for Wrestle Kingdom, like for Tanahashi's final year, if he can't retire the man, because obviously he tried to do it at the start of the year, Wrestle Kingdom, he said, well, I'm going to try and retire you, and he failed. It would be awkwardly fitting for New Japan's booking that Tanahashi retires at Wrestle Kingdom 20, but Evil wins the main event, becomes world champion.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems like, it seems typical. So
Yeah.
whoever has the not so lucky privilege of losing to Evil, you're going to lose to Evil one way or another.
Yeah.
Like, he's gunning for it. I thought this match could have been a lot better. I've said that quite honestly, but Drilla Maloney versus Great O'Khan, your thoughts? The only thing I was impressed with was the Drilla killer.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I'm a fan of Maloney, but it wasn't a typically good showing, and I don't know if it was because he was facing Great O'Khan, who also isn't great either. But
yeah,
I definitely expected more, which I'm happy that we did eventually get today, which we'll get into later. I'm sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. What was your thoughts on Umura versus Bolton? I really like Oleg Bolton. He is some unit, and Yuya, since he went on his TNA excursion, he's came back to New Japan. He's been back in New Japan for, is it 18 months or something like that now since he's came back from excursion?
I think so, yeah.
And he's been excellent.
He's been brilliant.
Yeah.
That was a great match. I was also surprised that Oleg lost. Because I was thinking, surely you've just had him beat Takeshita. You'd want to keep his momentum going. But then at the same time, Yuya's good as well, so you can't really go wrong there.
Yeah, if it'd been like, if Bolton had lost to Great O'Khan, for example, as his first match, I would have been raging, because I'd be like, no, like, you can't do that. That's insulting. Like, we can't do that. I know, obviously, this is when, I don't know if I got your response to this one, but this match really pissed me off. This one, because I'm a big fan of both of them. Shota Umino versus El Fantasma.
That was just like that was a joke to me.
I'm a big fan of both of them, and I honestly wanted to skip this entire match. Like, I watched it and I wish I skipped it, because I don't know what it is, but I felt like none of them cared. And for someone who's
like, I described it in like a group chat that I'm in, and it was like, I said that it was like two like preteens fighting in a playground.
Yeah,
like, when you're at school and you just have those play fights where there are two people in a group and then all of the friends are just a crowd. That's what that match was.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't matter who wins, because nobody really gives a shit. Like, somebody's going to get their head kicked in, and at the end of the year, it's going to walk on and be like, well, that happened. That's what this happened, and I'm surprised that of all people, it was Shota who won it, because what has Shota done recently?
Nothing.
Like, he's so uninteresting.
Yeah.
For quite a while, I feel like Shota had potential, and he's not going to get there. I don't care. But
it's like those matches with Ospreay. They basically flattered him, because you put him in the ring with anyone that's not Ospreay, and the matches aren't great. Like, look at him. Even with Zack at Wrestle Kingdom, how can you have a match with Zack Sabre Jr. and no one cares?
I know, that says it all. Like, that said it all, really. Like, I thought the Wrestle Dynasty match the night before was superior. Night after. Yeah, I thought Zack Sabre Jr.'s match with Ricochet was far better than his match with Shota. Like, that was much more enjoyable. The next match was better though. Like, that's for. I thought this match was like I described the way that both men wrestled, like a tactical genius who does not care if he fights dirty is David Finlay, and then Rui Oiwa, he just loves to get in your face. He may not be Tanahashi, but he looks so much like Tanahashi, and he wrestles like him in terms like he embodies spirit in the crowd, and that's what I like about him. And I think I've said it before. I think he is the future ace of New Japan, depending on what happens with Yota Tsuji. But I just really, really like this match, and I like the fact as well that Finlay put him over. He sold the knee as well. Like he kept attacking the knee, and I thought that was excellent. And I really like the Oblivion face buster that he does, but the fact he went for the get the fuck out, like that face buster, that vertical suplex into the standing knee, he counters that into a big lariat and just fucking flattens him with a pinfall. I was like, yeah, you'll do me. Like this one, I didn't matter who won. This one didn't matter to me who won. I like both, but what was your take on this before we get to Takeshita versus Gabe Kidd?
Yeah. Well, my take on this was, again, I was expecting Finlay to win, but then looking back at it, given the fact that he's not been seen in New Japan for a month because he got carted out with Evil, it kind of again makes sense that he lost.
Do you think he'll get out the group?
Who Oiwa?
If actually, to be fair, both of them. Yeah, may as well say both now.
Finlay will definitely make it out of the group. And I wouldn't be surprised if Oiwa does either. I wouldn't.
Who do you think will win Block A? Who do you think will win Block A and Block B?
Evil. Block B, Takeshita.
Yeah, I think Evil definitely wins Block A for sure.
Yeah. Especially after earlier today, especially.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to talk about today with you.
Yeah.
Today's action, obviously, but like, I haven't gotten to Tsuji versus Sanada, so we get to do that one together. But I'm going to just get your opinions on Takeshita versus Gabe Kidd, which actually had both a great match and a great post-match. So what was your overall thoughts on this?
I feel like, again, it was the match itself was a masterpiece. Like, apart from, even with the injury, you could see that it was just a great match, and it's almost a shame that the injury happened because obviously it takes away from what the match could have been.
Yes.
But then with the post-match also leads to some more intrigue into what happens when he goes back to AEW, because obviously Takeshita will be there as well.
Absolutely. Abu, we are 2 matches away from Zack Sabre Jr., so we will tell you in just a moment. Bleach fan, you're still not happy since All In. As John Moxley slaughtered an innocent man when she should have slaughtered you mean Marina Shafir? When he should have slaughtered Darby Allin or Swerve Strickland. Well, to be fair, anyone who slaughters Colt Cabana is a win in life anyway. So, because it's Colt Cabana, who cares?
Yeah. And also, I want to get onto a point on that. I actually like the fact that John Moxley's just gone assaulting random people just to show that he's not a coward and that he is still this violent monster that will destroy the whole roster if he has to do that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. People were expecting him to dip off and disappear.
Yeah.
Nah, nowhere near yet. We're not at that stage yet. He's still got a lot to play.
Like, even if he was going to disappear, where's he going to go? Because he can't go to New Japan right now because they're busy with the G1.
Exactly, Abu. He is a useless piece of crap. Speaking of people who aren't pieces of crap, Yota Tsuji and the mentally unstable doesn't know what he is, but he's doing an amazing gimmick, Sanada. What's your take on this? I think this was Sanada's best match of the weekend so far, like his best so far, but it wasn't Tsuji's best match in my opinion. Yeah. But I really just love the obsession of Yota Tsuji's like entrance. I love the way he works. I love his Gene Blast finish. But Sanada, this is the Sanada that could have been the world champion when he beat Okada.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be world champion in this version, which is a shame because this is the right Sanada to be world champion. Someone who doesn't know who they are. What was your take on it?
Okay, so with Suji, my take with him is he is probably the best Japanese wrestler that they've got.
Mhm.
Like everything he does is like he's so young, but it feels like he's been doing it forever. He wouldn't be out of I actually think he wouldn't be out of place in say the mid 2010s New Japan. That's the best
Oh yeah,
compliment I
for
can
sure.
say.
Could you imagine him like at that time? Like you look at the talent roster at that point.
Like Tanahashi, Shibata, Nakamura, AJ Styles when he was their age.
Yeah, especially Nakamura.
Yeah.
Like especially Nakamura for me. Like he would have worked. Didn't realize it was Zach. Happy National Ice Cream Day. Didn't know that was a thing, but lovely.
And then when it comes to Sonada, I could be here for literal days talking about how confusing and weird and funny his character is.
What did you think?
And
Obviously, we're going to get into today's one, but what did you think of his look from today?
it was something, I'll say that. Because obviously the show was early in the morning here, so it blinded me, definitely.
For anyone who wants evidence of this, Sonata came out with a guitar, and he was wearing like, it's hard to describe what he was wearing, but it was absolutely incredible. Like it was very, very shiny, very bright in that crowd. But it's like if you're actually, here's the best example. If anyone's seen, even though it's a terrible movie, if you've seen Aquaman, what he wears is basically what Aquaman wears when he's finally in the suit, except it's in sky blue, and it looks honestly, it looks incredible.
And then when it comes to that match itself, it's very interesting to see how Sonada kind of acts, because he's meant to be this House of Torture heel, but the way he wrestles, like he's still trying to wrestle as if he's a babyface, and that's what's costing him matches.
Do you think it was wise for him to join the House of Torture? I know everyone's practically going there right now, but do you think it was wise?
I think so, yes, because it's like he doesn't really fit in with the War Dogs and how they and their style. That's not to say that he fits in with House of Torture, but it's kind of just like an interesting dynamic that he brings to them.
Because he would never fit in with the United Empire. Like that's for sure. Like that doesn't make any sense. There's no
that faction barely fits. That faction barely fits with each other at this point.
Yeah, and just 5 guys went to just 4 guys. Now they're just guys. Now they're just unaffiliated.
Yeah. Well, no, they're all in Hontai now, which is again another whatever, I guess. Because how can Hontai has pretty much the whole roster, but yet they still can't stop House of Torture doing what they're doing.
House of Torture really are. They're taking the mold of the original Bullet Club. Like it's the original members now, plus Evil, etc., and Ren Narita, who is unbelievable. And I can't see even Dookie as well. Like I don't like that's the one that hurt the most. Like seeing Dookie join House of Torture, but like the longer he stays unaffiliated, the more I get worried about Yota Tsuji. Because I don't know if he's going to stay unaffiliated. I hope not. But he will eventually join somewhere, unless he forms his own faction. Like for me personally, he should have just taken on LIJ. Instead, they just shut up shop. But like, he would have been the perfect leader for LIJ. I miss that faction. But yes, of course, he does kick out the Shining Wizard. I love Sonada Shining Wizard. And he gets eaten by a Gene Blast. Tsuji wins. We then get the co-main event, which, quite frankly, no disrespect to Tanahashi and Taichi. I get this is Tanahashi's last G1, but I think they got the main events in the wrong order. Because this next match by far was better than Tanahashi versus Taichi. Ren Narita versus Zack Sabre Jr. Holy shit.
Yeah.
the world champion got smoked.
Yeah, I cannot believe it. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like sure Ren cheated, but it's like the fact that he was able to win without the rest of House of Torture just getting involved and ruining the match was impressive to me.
Absolutely, and Hell's Guillotine as well is becoming one of my favorite. It's becoming one of my favorite moves right now.
Yeah.
What's up, Pinchy? How are you doing? Fair play to you, Bleach. What's this comment here you're saying? I think I just loved AEW 1,000 times more. I'm loving what Athena and Tony Storm are doing. That whole cat and mouse thing is going to come in handy a lot on TV for a while. I've seen a lot of people are moaning about Dynamite because they didn't live up strong from All In. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you folk are so fickle. And yeah, but night one does conclude with the ace himself. He does win with his favoured high fly floats, crossbody splash finish. Taichi, good performance, but his best was by far night two so far. The fact that he's had two main events already is surprising.
Especially for someone who wasn't even supposed to be in the tournament.
Exactly. I think he shouldn't have been in the first place. I like Taichi, but what's he going to bring to this tournament?
Yeah, just like he's literally, they've positioned him as someone who's just there to make up the numbers because somebody else got injured. Because when really he shouldn't have had to qualify to begin with.
I agree. But your thoughts on that main event in general? Like,
I guess it's just the typical Tanahashi in slow motion kind of match. I was impressed with him. He seemed to hold out quite well. But then it's just not the same Tanahashi, which is why he's retiring.
His knees are gone. Nah, he's definitely not the next big thing. Abdul. Taichi's been around for a long time. The next big thing was, weirdly enough, if you look at veteran main eventers, is the guy who sadly got injured as world champion. That was Hiroki Goto. But like, definitely the next big thing, in my opinion, is Tsuji. Well, it's the three of them. It's Tsuji, Kid, and Narita. Like those three for me are like. I think David Finlay's a shoo-in, but I don't know how long he'll stay in Japan. I don't know if he'll leave, but he is excellent. I do like David Finlay. nice little wee tune there.
Yeah, it's not mine. My brother's in the room as well, so it's coming from his laptop.
Top tier. Hope he's doing good. Athena kept saying flailing and wailing and calling Tony Storm a disease-ridden whore. I don't know why that sounds sort of believable because it's true. It's just true.
I don't think Juice Robinson would take too kindly to that.
Probably not, but he shaved his beard off. Like he's got no stake in the game right now.
Yeah.
David Finlay's brilliant. I think people sleep on him a lot, and I don't understand why. I don't get why he is slept on a lot. Goto's awesome. I like Goto. What is your general thoughts on David Finlay? Do you agree with that statement? Like that he gets slept on a lot?
Yeah, I definitely think so. At first, I was one of these people that wasn't a fan of him. I didn't like how he came in and just took over Bullet Club with kind of no real rhyme or reason to it. So it took a while for me to kind of grow on to him, but he's grown on me, especially in the last 6 months or so, I'd say.
I was going to say, when did it start for you? For me, I think obviously, I agree that it was very early on. Obviously, he took control straight away from Jay White, got Jay White exiled, which I'm still waiting to see if they're actually going to allow at some point Jay White versus David Finlay somewhere else. But God Almighty, we need something.
Yeah, like surely there can't be an exodus like that with no payoff.
Yeah, like I wonder where we get that. Like, do we get a Wrestle Dynasty match, or is it Wrestle Kingdom where Finlay we'll just release the ban, let him back or whatever. I don't know, but we can't go
Like
without.
it could be a situation where Finley doesn't have an opponent because he doesn't win the G1. He's not in World Tag League because he's another tag partner, and he just wants a match. And then that's where they bring Jay White. Then that's how I'd do it anyway.
That'd be brilliant. Like, I agree. I would really like that. Night 2. Oh,
night 2.
Yeah. Well, let's start off with the unfortunate. So night 2 is supposed to start with Zack Sabre Jr. versus Gabe Kidd.
No, that was supposed to be the main event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's already cancelled. What's up, Roy Sheen? Good to see you. I like the way he starts it. Gabe Kidd does come out the whole way through. He announces he's not able to compete, but he says once he's fit, he's going to come back. He does forfeit. There, Zack Sabre Jr. wins by default.
Yeah. Which again, I think is pretty smart of him to do. Because they've got 3 days until the B block's next set of matches, because now it's going to alternate between A block and B block.
Yeah.
So he won't. So there's no G1 tomorrow, and then A block, he's not going to be competing, and he probably won't do the tag match, so that he'll be fit for the next day, hopefully.
Exactly. So, and I've got the next lot of matches for everybody as well. Towards the end bit, and then we'll have some fun very shortly. But I'll tell you one thing though: the fact that they replaced it straight off the bat by saying, well, we can't get Zack Sabre Jr. versus Gabe Kidd, but we're going to jump straight into the first match, and we've got Tanahashi versus Callum Newman. And this right here was, in my opinion, Callum Newman's breaking out point. Like, this is where I think he will break out. This match was excellent. I love this match.
Yeah.
Tanahashi really shone in this one.
Yeah, and I feel like this is how Tanahashi should be portrayed for the remainder of this final road, or whatever they're calling it. It shouldn't necessarily be him beating all of these wrestlers. It should be him like putting a spotlight on the younger guys and giving them the chance to express themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Callum, obviously, he does get his first one on the board. 2 big points, which he needs. How far do you think Callum will go in the tournament? Or do you think
he's going to get grouped? He's going to get grouped, but he'll have some stand-up performances, I say.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
We're still looking at maybe this year where he's not really considered much of a threat. But then going into next year, that's where I think we'll see the best Callum Newman.
Yeah, I agree. And especially when you look at his group. I mean, you've got Tanahashi, Taichi, Umura, Oleg, Tsuji, Oiwa, Finlay, Evil, and Sanada.
It's like literally barring Sanada, you could conceivably see any one of those rest of them going through.
It's the top 4 still this year, isn't it? From the groups,
top 3. Top 3.
Ooh.
The winners of both blocks go to the semis,
and then then
they've got the 2 and 3 facing each other to see who goes through.
That'll be really. It's obviously Evil at the very top. When I look, obviously Sanada's on 0. If you're looking at it, I would say before we get the rest of the matches, I've got Evil to win the group. I agree with you. I think Evil wins the whole block. I'm expecting Finlay to go through because obviously he'll get bitched later on, annoyingly. But I'm stuck between Tsuji and Tanahashi. I want to say Tsuji.
But I think it's going to be Tanahashi so Evil can beat him.
Yeah, because it's his final tournament. Yeah. And it seems likely. And then Block B, just whilst we're here, Yoshihashi and Drilla Maloney are only on maximum points.
Yeah.
You've got 0 points at the moment for Gabe Kidd and Shingo Takagi. Yeah. You've got Shota, El Phantasmo, Yoshihashi, Shingo, Zack Sabre Jr., the IWGP World Champion, Great Okan, not so great anymore, Gabe Kidd, Drilla Maloney, Ren Narita, and Takeshita. two names stand out for me easily that are going through, and that's the champion and Takeshita.
Yeah. Whoa, I actually don't have that going through in my prediction.
You don't. That's a good thing, because I wasn't sure initially, and I thought, would it just seem obvious? But I don't want the champion to go through.
I don't think he goes through. I still think that Shingo and Gabe will both eventually get through.
So you go and Shingo, Gabe, Takeshita?
Well, no, Takeshita, Gabe, Shingo.
Ooh.
Because I reckon that they're gonna have Takeshita and Shingo in the semis again.
Takeshita loses?
Yes, because you don't want to have Takeshita losing to Evil.
So you've got in your final Evil versus Shingo.
Yeah.
I like that. That's actually quite a good final, to be honest. Because that'll really test Evil's it'll test his endurance against Shingo as well, because Shingo could go for 60 minutes no problem, or it can go 45, like there's no danger, but like if he makes one false move, like Shingo will just beat the holy hell of him, like because he's got so much power. And
it's also an interesting dynamic, because for as obvious as it seems that Evil is probably going to win the G1, Shingo's record against Evil is actually better than you think.
Yeah, I agree. But it's smart to see how they fold it. If it ends up being like that, massive shout coming your way at the end.
Yeah. I'm fully aware that it's probably not what's going to happen, but it's what logically I feel like makes the most sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. I think that's a fair way to put it.
Because if they have someone like Shingo, no, not Shingo, if they have Evil versus Tsuji in the final, which I know most people are thinking, everyone's just going to be disappointed that Evil wins everyone.
Yeah, and then that's the young musketeer getting bitched by Evil, and it'll just piss people off.
Yeah,
I would rather see
which you kind of did last year with Shingo, which kind of did last year when Tsuji lost, and then I'm pretty sure Tsuji lost to Finley in the New Japan Cup finals. Wait, no, it was Shota that Finley
showed him yeah.
And then it just shows that if that happens again, it just shows that New Japan doesn't have any faith in their young talent at all.
And they're favouring talent that just aren't as good. Like favouring Evil over Yota Tsuji is a bad idea.
Yeah, but but the most annoying thing is that they'll do it.
Yeah.
And they'll expect us to like it, and then it's...
Gato for you is freaking booking.
Yeah.
So, we got the forfeit from Gabe Kidd. Newman beats Tanahashi, but he has got an injury in his left knee.
Yeah. This is just the G1 of knee injuries, I guess.
Yeah. Drilla Maloney versus Shota Umino.
This was a much better showing. It was a much better showing from Maloney, I think, but Shota... I don't know. I don't know what's up with Shota. It's like I said, it's like anyone apart from Ospreay, and his matches are meaningless.
I think he needs an excursion again. I honestly think he needs an excursion. Yeah. A second.
I feel like he just needs to turn heel.
I was gonna say, like, why hasn't he? Like, they were like, oh, why is this guy not the next Death Rider? It seemed obvious because he was Moxley's protege, and then Moxley basically went, no, fuck you, mate. You're not pulling up your weight.
Yeah.
So
instead of Gabe Kidd going to help the Death Riders, it should have been Shota.
Absolutely, I agree. Again, they had good matches the first night. They worked together really well. This one, Bolton versus Oiwa.
Can't complain. Brilliant match.
Yeah, I think it was, honestly, if I'm being true, I think
this was my match of the night, I'd say this.
Yeah, it beats the one I think everyone's practically saying the match of the night was El Phantasmo versus Takeshita. I don't
even think that's the best match they've had together.
Me neither. Not even close. Not
the
even.
The match that they had, I think it was the US show for the Never title. I think it was. I don't know. I think it wasn't Windy City Riot, was it? I think it was Resurgence.
Resurgence, yeah.
Yeah, that was their best match. I think that.
Yeah, and it stood out. And you can see why it stood out. But Bolton and Oiwa again, like they've got it. If they
Yeah,
prove why you should buy into young talent in the right way, New Japan, please buy into these two, because these are guys you can have a world title feud with later on in the next couple of years, and nobody would say no, because it just feels right. Or even for the global title, if you want to be protective of the world championship, like this would be a good global title feud.
yeah. So, which one of them would you have beat Gabe then?
For me, I would have Roy beat Gabe.
Okay.
I think that makes more sense because it allows Oleg to just wrap up with the never open title, but I don't know who takes it off him though. That's the only thing. I don't know who takes that off him.
I mean, at this point, you could have anyone take that belt off him.
Yeah, I think Ren Narita would be a good option to put it back on.
I don't know. I'm not too sure about that because obviously you've still got the House of Torture effect.
I suppose that's the only thing.
Knowing New Japan, they probably just give it back to Shingo because that's what they always do.
True, it is practically his belt. Yeah. I don't think no one really cares about the never openweight belt. Like ever since David Finlay lost it, nobody cares anymore.
Oh, hold on. Bear with me, I just need to get something quick.
Yeah, no worries.
There we go, we're back now.
I think ever since David Finlay lost that title, I don't think anybody's genuinely cared about the never openweight title.
No.
Because he treated it like a world championship, you know what I mean? Like,
well, actually, no. I liked when Henare had it.
I suppose
but he didn't have, but he obviously didn't have it long enough for it to turn into anything.
And then he hasn't been seen since because obviously he's been injured, etc. It was a shame because I like Henare.
Yeah.
Speaking of House of Torture, Yoshihashi is up next. He's up against Ren Narita. Again, back-to-back decent nights for both of them. I don't think this was a bad match at all. I thought this was okay.
It was, but I was again surprised that Ren lost because I would have thought you beat the champion, you'd want to build on that, but I guess not.
I think it's going to be a lot of stop starts throughout the tournament in terms of performances. Yeah. Speaking of stop start, David Finlay versus Sanada, 1.5 minutes. This was far too fast.
Yeah,
I don't get this. I don't get why this had to be so fast at all.
No, there was so much more potential there.
Yeah, we've
lost it. I guess at the same time they kind of realized that maybe the fans don't want to see Finlay going after House of Torture again.
Especially
so after wrap that up as quickly as they can.
Yeah, especially after the dog collar chain match that he had with Evil.
I feel like that Evil match, that's going to be the last long match that Finlay has with any member of House of Torture, I reckon.
Absolutely. Bleach is asking, do you think New Japan has DVDs of how the Bullet Club came to be match by match, segment by segment? They do have YouTube footage, and like Daily Motion has stuff like that. New Japan specifically, I think they had a Bullet Club thing a while ago. They have like good like video segments of how like groups came together, but that's about it. But in terms of like DVDs, no. You could look into the history of Bullet Club videos. Like they're actually quite good. Like there's a 45-minute video on like the War Dogs, for example, since 2020.
Yeah.
So you can get all that, or you can just watch the history videos, but just bear in mind, one of the videos includes Cody Rhodes' attempt to try and become a leader, which is totally unfunny. I still hate the fact that they glaze him as a leader in Bullet Club when he was never a leader of Bullet Club.
It's almost like that's just become a meme at this point. I remember when Cody was leader of Bullet Club. Yeah, whatever. What?
Exactly. He was trying to become leader and he failed. Like he failed. Like Shingo, he failed today against Great Khan.
Yeah.
This match was awful. Worst match of the day, I think.
They need to stop having Great Okan in singles matches. That's as simple as I can say. Great Okan is not a great wrestler.
He is not so great. Roy Sheen says, Reece, I still hate the fact you don't like Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry, I find him boring. Like, I just find him so boring. Every time he talks, I just want to shoot him with a tranquilizer. It's like adrenaline in my soul, shooting him with a tranquilizer down the road. Like, and put him to sleep. I just don't like Cody Rhodes. I've never liked him. But I will say this, though. There are matches he's had that I do like. I'm not going to say there's matches out there I don't like. I mean, I like his match with Okada for the world title. His match with Omega was great. Like, Omega's first IWGP world title defense was against Cody Rhodes. Is actually a good match. His 2 matches with Aldis, like, his Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins to an extent is actually not bad. His Mania return was decent. I'm just not a fan of the guy. Like, I thought his run as Intercontinental Champion, I think when he brought back the white strap belt, I actually was all right with that.
Yeah,
but I still can't take much of it.
I just don't like how. I mean, I like Cody, but I don't like how he's presented.
He's, for such a person about all the, we get it. He's all about like the family, etc. But his dad was never an overwhelming favorite, ever. Even when he was world champion, he was an underwhelming underdog.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes is now presented like an overwhelming favorite, and I'm like, what are you meant to be?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
And it also doesn't help that he's put like an idiot as well in these big matches.
He's a donkey. Like, he is another 2 legs and a tail away from being a donkey.
Yeah.
And
not the type of one, and not the type that Eddie Murphy would be proud of even.
No, absolutely, because he would not even get a chance to be a rock star.
Yeah.
Or an all-star.
Yeah.
I should say. Up next, I'm the same as you. I'm not surprised by the result, but I'm disappointed by the constant involvement, because this could have been a better match without any involvement at all. It's Evil versus Suji.
Yeah. It's almost like with Evil matches, you don't even need to say it. Like, you just know, copy and paste. If you've seen one Evil House of Torture match, you've seen them all.
Exactly, because you know what's coming. It's Evil comes out first. He gets the purple light. It's all about celebrating the look. Dick Togo and Lowball fail because there's a low blow.
Yeah.
They're at ringside. The opponent will come out. They'll look competent. They'll go up to the top rope to celebrate. Well, for the crowd, get the crowd working. There'll be some sort of crowd distraction from outside interference, and then boom, they'll take advantage in the worst way and they'll ruin it. And they ruin it straight away by the interference from the off. And it was disappointing to hell. It was so bad. But I mean, it could be a lot worse, but it's just not exciting. I want to see Evil throughout the tournament just have some matches with the constant interference, because Evil's not a bad wrestler at all.
Yeah.
But it's the constant interference that makes him win. This is why I'm starting to get annoyed, because if he ends up becoming champion and it's constant interference, it's going to end up being... It's going to... Wait, we'll have to keep...
Yeah, Roman Reigns' title matches, like...
Exactly. We'll have to call him Evil Reigns.
Yeah.
Which is horrible.
And I can tell you now, I'm already dreading that Tanahashi match.
Yeah. That's
because you know that when House of Torture attacked Tanahashi, all of the members of Hontai, not a single one of them are going to come out north.
Nah,
which makes no sense at all.
Chickens. A lot of them. They'll be too afraid to come near because they'll be afraid that House of Torture will take them out, when the president will be like, no. You'll do me a favor, but they'll run off. But
yeah, when there's like 100 of you and like 3 of them that are actually there, like...
It's like the invasion storyline. It's like everyone's afraid to go after Steve Austin. Like 20 guys in the ring, one bald man. I'm like, for goodness sake, you can just surround him. Absolute weirdos. Co-main event, obviously. El Phantasmo versus Takeshita. ELP actually wins.
Surprising, I'd say.
Yeah. Much better performance than night one, though. ELP.
Yeah. But again,
Takeshita,
that's not difficult with the opponent that he's got. That's not.
Exactly. Whereas Takeshita, again, when he's in the ring, Takeshita's golden. Like, he's one of those, like, he can wrestle with someone absolutely terrible, and he evades issues.
Yeah.
But
no, I can't wait for him to get back to AEW and face Okada for that title face.
Yeah, whenever that happens, I'm really looking forward to that. And that better not be a 20-minute match. Like, I want well over 30.
I mean, I think it's going to have to be there because I'm pretty sure all of those title matches are Continental rules now, so it will be 20 minutes.
Yeah, sucks. Like, I think they should change it to like 20 minutes on TV, and it should be like 30 minutes or so on pay-per-view.
Yeah, like no, it should be no time limit on pay-per-view, I'd say.
Or that, but still maintain the no interference rule.
Yeah,
maintain that, which is genius. And then the main event, there's only one standout, and it's not Taichi. It's Yuya selling his knockout. What did you think of that?
I liked it.
He does a better sell job of getting KO'd than most wrestlers in other companies.
Yeah. I liked it. It was a good match. It was like a match where it shows like, it's like the young up-and-comer being taught a lesson by his more elder stablemate. But
Absolutely. And just going to get before we do, I want to ask, I don't know if you've watched it, I want to get your opinions on another event in just a second, but just going to get your predictions for the night 3, which is all A block. Okay. It's 5 matches. So you've got Oiwa versus Newman.
Oiwa wins that for me.
Tanahashi versus Bolton Oleg.
Oleg wins. Well, no. I actually think Tanahashi's going to beat him.
You think Tanahashi wins that one, yeah?
Yep.
A block is match number 3, Evil versus Sanada.
Skip. Evil wins. Sanada lies down. They go off and they shag or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe that, to be fair. This next one, I don't think will be the main event, but I think it'll be later on the show. It's Taichi versus Finlay.
Finlay wins that.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to keep him. You've got to keep ticking him over to something.
Yeah, and then likely the main event, Umura versus Tsuji.
Time limit draw.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think that's the only draw. I think that's the only one there'll be a draw. I don't want.
The only draw of the whole tournament, or just in that block, or just.
Yeah, I don't want either of them to lose against each other.
Yeah.
The way they go, it makes sense. I actually have an interesting one as well. It's not happened yet. I think Zack Sabre Jr. versus Takeshita will be a time limit draw.
So do I.
Great minds think alike.
And I also feel like that about Maloney and Gabe Kidd as well. If that match actually happens,
I think he'll go for the Driller Killer, and then that's when the time limit will go off. Like, up, down, there goes the bell, and we're like, oh, you bastard. We're like, we're so close. But what do we know, eh? I wanted to ask you, have you seen the changes today from Pro Wrestling Noah?
That I can't even begin to describe how confusing that was to me. Okay.
I don't know if you saw my tweet, but I got very annoyed.
Actually, I saw the tweet. Yeah,
because long story short, ladies and gentlemen, Osawa won the GHC World Title from Kaito Kiyomiya several months ago, and I'm a big Kaito fan. But I really like Osawa, so I was like, you know, if Osawa wins the World Title, I've got no issue with that. And Keno and Kenta obviously are the next top feud in Pro Wrestling Noah. And I'm like, 2-night event, the winner's going to face Kenta for the world title. And the referee last night the worst pinfall decision I've seen to give the title to Kennel. And I'm like, you know what, Kennel, his 4th reign as champion, I've got no problem with that. And then he loses it today to Kenta. And I'm like, this guy's just won his 4th championship, and you've just had him lose to Kenta, who's now won the title for the first time in nearly 12 years. And I'm like, why would you do that to Kennel? Why not just have Osawa lose to Kenta?
Yeah.
And now Osawa has confirmed that he wants out of Noah as of next month.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I think he may go to New Japan.
Yeah,
I think he may.
If I was him, I'd quit on the spot. I wouldn't even say I want to go next month. I'd just let me go now.
But we know he's got one last confirmed match. He's going to do it.
Yeah.
If I was him, I would go into business for myself. I would low blow my opponent, take the mic, shit on Noah, and then just walk out.
Yeah, but then obviously he won't do that because that damages his reputation.
Exactly. But still, like, if there's any one faction right now that I love to watch the most in wrestling, I love watching Team 2000X. Like, Yoshitatsu is absolutely back to his best.
He's a timeless wrestler, I'd say. He's
pure gold. And Jack Morris right now for me is the best Scottish wrestler on the planet.
Yeah, well, it's definitely. Well, it's not Joe Hendry, is it? We'll see that tonight.
He's going to take the pin tonight, no matter who wins. Annoyingly, no matter who wins, Joe Hendry's taking the pin.
Yeah. And then you've got Drew McIntyre dealing with whatever that mountain is. Whatever.
Oh yeah, the tubby jellyfill roll.
Yeah.
Harry Redknapp's favorite human is what I'm going to call him from now on. Like, because that's what he is. Like, he's just basically just going to be a big jelly-filled roll. Like,
literally, the American Rag and Bone Man. They're literally the exact same, but one's American.
I just need them to do a song for him, and it goes, "I'm only jelly after all." Yeah. But yeah, I'm not even gonna watch that match at SummerSlam. Yeah. Night 1 or night 2. Night 1 or night 2. I don't care what night it is. I'm not watching that match. No. I'm not even gonna give a prediction for it on the show when we do the preview for it. I'm not gonna react to it. I'm just gonna say skip.
Yeah, I don't even think you need to predict it. It's pretty obvious that they're not gonna have Jelly Roll lose then. Yeah, they'll probably make him pin Logan Paul.
Oh, see if he does, I will laugh.
Yeah. And not because it's funny either. No.
It's just embarrassing. Speaking of factions, I wish Finn Balor would leave Judgment Day and bring back Gallows and Anderson. Well, one, Carl Anderson is injured. Even though they are doing... Well, he did have a massive injury, but I know he's been doing Maple Leaf Wrestling, but he hasn't been moving as well. I think he might be injured again. He didn't look good in his last tag match. No. It didn't look good. Gallows... WWE, I don't know how WWE can fumble these guys. I mean, I suppose I've just said the name of the company. It makes sense, but how can you fumble Gallows and Anderson? Like
they managed to do it twice as well.
They're the easiest tag team to book.
Yeah,
like when you look at tag teams that know their way of working matches, it's easy to do a Uso match. It's 100 super kicks, a couple of Samoan drops, and a couple of splashes, and a couple of hot tags. It's easy to do a Young Bucks match because it's the same formula, except they're not Samoan.
Yeah.
And then to do, obviously, they've got the Gorillas of Destiny, but they've called them Tala and Smaller. But they're easy to do. And then it's easy to do a Gallows and Anderson match because Gallows does a lot of the heavy lifting. But Gallows is just Anderson's just a brilliant technical worker. He's so underrated.
You guys eating?
Yeah.
You dish up my food though? Yeah, have you eaten?
Yeah.
Your mum? Yeah. You eating? Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, this might sound a little bit of a presumptuous comment, but I think Carl Anderson's got the current best spinebuster in wrestling.
There are a few good ones.
I just like the way he does it. Like, it feels like a proper AA Arn Anderson spinebuster. The way he does it, it looks like he's going to hurt you. Really love it.
I did see Jordan Gross do one to Robert Stone in NXT this week.
That was
painful.
I don't often watch, but I did see that. Bleach says, if I were WWE, I'd fire Motorcycle Machine Guns, DIY, Andrade, and Phoenix for the Young Bucks. Okay, so let me get this straight, Bleach, just to be clear. You want to fire one of the best tag teams in wrestling. I said WWE were going to fumble from day one, which is the Guns. I said that. They would fumble them from the very start, and I got told I'm being too biased. It's nothing to do with bias. I'm a Guns fan. I know what to expect. DIY are shit in general, in my opinion. Andrade is Catering's #1 fan, and Rey Fenix is, I don't even know what the hell Rey Fenix is meant to be right now. He looked like a joke on SmackDown. But to bring in the Young Bucks, yeah. But what are you going to do with the Young Bucks?
Nothing.
Like they don't fit WWE at all. I don't know why people are obsessed with the Bucks coming to WWE.
It's like right now the Bucks barely fit AEW.
Yeah, I agree. I think they've had their moment. Now they need to just try it back a little bit.
It's like a case with the Hardys where they need to kind of like just take a back seat now.
Yes, exactly. Abo says he would fire Natalia.
I wouldn't. I would. Well,
I wanted to trade.
I wouldn't fire her, but I would make her not wrestle anymore. Like, let her be a coach and train performance center people, but I don't need to see her wrestling anymore.
She is the main coach of the Heart Dungeon. Like, she is the main coach now, so I don't know why she's not doing as much as that. I think she could be right now training the next generation of Canadian wrestlers.
Yeah, and if you're not going to do that, go out and help in the performance center. Go.
Yeah, or tell Maxine Dupree she can't wrestle and hurt her feelings.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would be so damn special. But yeah, Pro Wrestling Noah, please don't screw over Kenta by having them drop the title to Marufuji. I know Marufuji's amazing, but Marufuji is another one. He's on the way down.
Yeah. Marufuji, he's like Nakamura to me. Like, he's at this point, he's just there for vibes.
Yeah, and it's not fun. At least Nakamura, when he goes to Noah, at least Nakamura gets to be Nakamura again. But he has to retire in New Japan. It's nothing wrong with Motorcycle Machine Guns event and move them to Raw and have the Young Bucks have some shine. But here's
you just
the
said
thing.
you were going to fire them. It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. And why would you want the Bucks in WWE anyway? Like, is that to try and stop people from tweeting negative shit about them because they're not a WWE tag team? I mean, to be fair, WWE fans would have to delete a lot of tweets about Young Bucks abuse. I hate the way the WWE book Nakamura. I've always hated it. And I blame John Cena. Ever since he had that match in 2017. Well, sorry, 2018. I just fucking hated it.
No, it was 17.
SummerSlam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trade Nakamura for Ibushi? No. No, Ibushi deserves better. Trade Nakamura for Danhausen. Because Danhausen makes more sense.
Yeah, I guess, They need a new comedy wrestler now that Archer's become more serious again.
And Mr. Iguana's not there.
Yet.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, happy birthday to Mr. Iguana as well.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, folks, we were going to do some ahead of Slammiversary. Obviously, there is some rebookings to do, but we're going to do a little bit more of rebooking before Slammiversary. But what is your thoughts on? Obviously, we did speak a little bit about the Styles return the other day. Are you actually excited for it? I mean, I am as a classic fan, but I mean, they're under horrible ownership right now of Silva and the Backstreet Boys of TNA, so on WWE, so I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm excited for it, but I guess it kind of depends on what he's doing, and that would kind of determine how long my excitement lasts.
I don't know if he'll turn up before the show or after. It'd be nice if he shows up if Slater wins against Moose. He better beat Moose.
Yeah.
If Moose wins tonight, then I'll be really angry. Like I will be beyond angry. Obviously,
I'll tell you one thing I don't want to see though. I don't want to see Trick Williams win, and then AJ Styles comes out after that. And
Oh, why is it you?
he did challenge him to a title match as well, saying he's the new king of TNA.
Yeah.
So I'm
and
like,
then Trick Williams says a lot of things there, doesn't he?
yeah, that is true. That is true. I'm
He's
going to bring
also
this up.
with Undertaker next week, which is going to be interesting.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I absolutely don't get this one.
Because he was disrespectful to Undertaker's LFG group.
Yeah, what exactly? Like, why does that need to involve the TNA world? And I hate the fact that people are some TNA accounts are going, "Oh my god, Undertaker acknowledged TNA. Undertaker knows TNA exists."
It doesn't have anything to do with TNA. That's an NXT story.
Exactly. Like he knows who TNA is. He just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like he got asked about that on his podcast once. He was like, "So what do you think about other promotions?" Like, well, I'm familiar with AEW and I'm familiar with TNA. and now people are gassing up like, "Oh, he knows about the TNA World Title. He's tweeting the TNA World Title," and I'm like,
the guy's been retired for 5 years. What makes you think he's going after the TNA title?
They're absolutely stupid. He's already going on Tuesday. Do you know why they're doing it though? It's because TNA finished. It's because NXT finished behind Dynamite in the ratings last week.
Yeah.
The hardcore NXT fans are not tweeting that, obviously, but it's true. Dynamite did beat NXT in the ratings. Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you can say that. I mean, look what he did to. I think that's what they should be calling Mickie James.
Yeah.
Because she got butchered on that LFG show. I feel she pissed me off with her stupid takes about how women appear when she was doing it for years. Like that really, like that hypothetical take was stupid. But like the fact that she got booted off LFG for Michelle McCool was harsh.
Although to be fair, I do kind of get her point with that, because the people that watch LFG probably wouldn't have been alive for WrestleMania 22, probably.
True, and even if they did, they would probably go, "No, that's too much cleavage," and then we'd be all like, "No, that's not enough."
Yeah.
It was actually a really good women's match as well, James versus Stratus that night.
Just until she decided to do that thing.
I can see that as a wrestling name. That would be funny. That would be funny. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let you back in for round 2. We need to finish round 1.
No, we're still on round 1.
Last one.
The Nakamura booking.
Nakamura booking, yeah. So I'm gonna leave these ones blank for everybody, but Nakamura 2017. Obviously, we'll exclude the NXT because obviously he moves from NXT, gets drafted to SmackDown. But I don't like how he starts his SmackDown run. I don't like it. He has to start with a John Cena dressed The Miz. Don't like it, so I'm changing that. So Nakamura drafted to SmackDown, which is completely fine. Actually, no, I'll be correct. SmackDown Live, as it was at the time. His first match was against Dolph Ziggler.
As the most call-up size.
And to be fair, this is a time where at least Dolph Ziggler was still good to watch.
Yeah.
In WWE, anyway, he's better now to watch. But in terms of WWE, Dolph was good in 2015 to 2017. He was really good.
Yeah.
So we'll say interrupts Dolph Ziggler and just a post-match kicks off.
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. GM Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Match announced. Sorry, I'll make it correct. Impromptu match announced.
Yeah.
And still the same result. Nakamura wins. Okay, and let's see. So throughout this, obviously, this is leading up to SummerSlam, I believe, because he does get the WWE title match at SummerSlam, but that gets ruined because of John Cena.
But wait, wasn't Nakamura in the Money in the Bank ladder match before that?
I believe so. Let me see if I can get most of it.
Well,
so,
yeah, in fact, he definitely was, because I remember he had that stare down with AJ.
Yeah, his first match as well, pay-per-view wise, was against Dolph, because obviously Nakamura wins the. Sorry, not Nakamura. Jinder Mahal wins the title that night as well, which is horrible.
Yeah,
they do open the show. I like that this was a smack. I miss brand only pay-per-views.
yeah. Wait, can we change that in this timeline so that Jinder isn't the champion at SummerSlam, or do we have to keep that? Or do we?
We can change that. Yeah, we can change that.
We're definitely changing that, because I don't want to see Jinder as champion ever again.
It's crazy as well. See, when you look at these matches, this was the second. Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler was actually the second longest match of that Backlash event. These are the match times. It was literally 5 seconds longer than the main event.
Wow.
AJ versus Kevin Owens was the 21 minutes.
And it didn't even have a proper finish, did it?
No, it was count out, which is just classic shithousery.
Yeah.
So this was his debut. So I suppose we could change that. They're saying this was let's see.
Because I guess if you have the debut match on SmackDown, the pay-per-view match doesn't need to happen, does it?
So we can give him should we give him a different match or stick with it?
Yeah, I'd say give him a match. Make him face Miz instead, and he wins.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. The Miz attacks Nakamura post-match.
Because I'm pretty sure Miz doesn't go to Raw until after Backlash anyway.
That's right, yeah. Miz attacks Nakamura post-match. Match announced for Backlash. Miz versus Nakamura. And same result again. Nakamura on a run. Nakamura.
But then obviously this is non-titled at this point.
Yeah, because on Raw is the US title.
Because I remember they did the whole belt switch brands thing.
Yeah,
so in this case, Ambrose would still be the IC champion, and then Miz can go beat him there afterwards.
Exactly, and then the US title's on SmackDown.
Yeah, because then that timeline is Miz can beat Ambrose on Raw. Then that still makes sense with the whole Shield reunion thing.
Which works, which does work in that way. So after Backlash, it's Extreme Rules.
But that was just Raw, so he wouldn't have been on that.
It was, and the Miz would win. Wow. I did not realize that went 20 minutes exact. And that was only bettered by Samoa Joe winning the Fatal 5-Way that went just under 30 minutes.
Yeah. Which, again, you could talk a lot about how Raw 2017 was just a complete missed opportunity. It was.
Yeah. Let's see. After Mania 27, Taker was no longer the Phenom. He was just a dead man. He should have retired after he beat Punk. You all but serious. Who would you prefer to retire after beating Punk?
He should have retired after he beat Triple H.
Yeah. I agree. I think his last great Mania match was obviously Punk. But obviously, it was good he got the moment with AJ. But that should have been a match inside the ring. But I understand why it happened.
And why Undertaker couldn't hold out for another year.
Yeah. But his match versus Punk was the perfect way to bow out for good.
Yeah.
And you're right about the obviously Money in the Bank was SmackDown exclusive.
Yeah, which again, I feel like that was a mistake that they did Money in the Bank should never be an exclusive pay-per-view to any brand.
Yeah, it should have been dual brand. That match is actually, in terms of who's in it, the winner was awful, but this match went 8 minutes and 55 seconds longer than the WWE title match, which was Mahal versus Orton. That went 20 minutes 50 seconds. The Money in the Bank ladder match went 29 minutes 45 seconds, which is embarrassing considering the women's match, which opened the show, went 13 minutes 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Which at the time when they're so called, oh, it's the women's evolution, and you give them 13 minutes for a ladder match.
Yeah, that's
weird.
What an evolution that is.
And then, even worse, the women's title match, Naomi versus Lana, went 7.5 minutes. Obviously, Lana sucked at that point, but that was still 7.5 minutes is still bad.
But she was literally just surviving off the Rusev Day push.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll do Money in the Bank qualifiers, but shall we change the match itself and change the winner?
I'm trying to think. I would change. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't change the match, but I'd change the winner.
Change the winner. Okay, so Money in the Bank 2017 ladder match, main event. Winner gets the WWE title championship contract. So we have Baron Corbin. Oh, he got his own mouth ruined him. Arguing with that doctor, even though he knew what he was talking about, which is just even funnier. Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and of course our boy Shinsuke Nakamura. I actually thought when this match happened, I ruled out Corbin, Owens, and Zayn. For me, it was that when I was watching this live, I was like, surely it's between Styles, Ziggler, and Nakamura.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But if it was up to me, I actually would have had Kevin Owens win. And with hindsight, it probably would have been better as well.
Exactly. So is that who you're going with, or is there? Do you want to change?
I'm going with Kevin Owens because we're not dealing with the whole Shane McMahon thing when.
Oh yeah, good point. Kevin Owens wins the match,
and Sami Zayn turning heel also didn't make any sense, which is why we're completely ignoring that as well.
I'm gonna put that as well, because we've made a change. Any changes I'm gonna put in a different color, so I'll put them in yellow. And I'll add a key to these going forward. Any changes. Original / don't change. I'll add that in for everyone because that makes a lot of sense. We'll keep that in purple.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can put that on here. There we go. Yeah, that works.
Wait, no, I don't think we could do it in purple because look at all of the other bookings. All of those ones are in purple.
Good point.
I guess for the ones that don't change, you just leave them as the default color. I'd say just.
That works. There we go. Okay, so we've gave the win to Baron Corbin. Nakamura then goes on Great Balls of Fires, obviously the Raw event. Then we've got Battleground, which was awful. That was an awful event.
Oh yeah.
But at Battleground,
okay, so can we say in this match, in this Punjabi prison match, Orton wins because I don't want to deal with Jinder Mahal. I don't.
Yeah, to think we had as well. We had a 21-minute flag match between bloody Cena and Rusev, and we had a 17-minute 50-second US title match between Owens and Styles. And the Punjabi prison went 27 minutes 40, which was
and also had the Great Khali, which
the this show was genuinely dreadful anyway. I mean, Sami Zayn versus Mike Kanellis was awful. The fatal 5-way for the number 1 contenders match, Natalya winning that, actually, I'm okay with that because she had a decent title reign.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing on that card that was serviceable.
Yeah, but the match at Battleground, we're going to make 2 changes. I agree, Randy Orton wins the WWE title, but Shinsuke Nakamura has Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
And that was awful. He wins by DQ. So what do you want to do with this one?
I'm trying to think. Were there any better heels at that point to put him against?
Not really. I mean, the Usos were busy. Ty Dillinger was up against Aiden English. Kanellis was awful. Rusev in a flag match with Cena doesn't make any sense. Maybe Nakamura isn't on Battleground.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, if you're going to put him in a match against Corbin at that point, you might as well not have him on the card. You might as well.
Yeah, we could say, because actually, what about this? We've gave the Money in the Bank briefcase to Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens at this point is the US champion, and this is another pay-per-view win versus AJ.
Here we go. Kevin Owens loses the US title to AJ
versus Mahal. Yeah, spelled that right.
And then I guess maybe you have Kevin Owens cash in here and take the belt off Orton.
I like
if
that.
That's what you were thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Orton wins the title versus Mahal, and AJ beats Kevin Owens for the US title. Then what we'll do is the Great Khali still appears, but locks in the Khali vice grip on Orton. KO appears and wins the title at ringside because the Punjabi prison is still on the floor. Second WWE title change. That works.
Yeah.
I like that.
You don't want Jinder having anything to do with that title at this point.
Yeah. I'm still having AJ win the title though, the way he did. Because he's still getting that title.
But he wins it off Kevin Owens instead of Jinder Mahal.
Exactly. So SummerSlam. Actually, we'll do the first things first. I'm still gonna have the match Nakamura versus Cena, but Cena does not get dropped in his head.
Yeah.
Because that's when it all goes wrong.
Yeah.
Nakamura wins via the Kinshasa.
Yeah.
Cena versus AJ. At SummerSlam. Because again, it was a great feud the year before, but I'm gonna run it back to back SummerSlams.
Yeah.
US.
You also don't want Cena and Corbin.
Exactly. So we've got Cena versus AJ at SummerSlam US title match. Nakamura versus KO WWE title. We'll still have the same way. KO does win the title. He gets his one and only successful defense.
Yeah.
Wins by pinfall.
Wait, no, because Jinder got more than one title defense.
Yeah, but he's
against
not
Shinsuke. He beats him.
That's true. All right, yeah. So what do you think? Then?
Maybe in this first match you could have Shinsuke win by DQ, because then that justifies the second match.
Yeah, that works. Shinsuke wins by DQ. AJ's definitely going to drop the US title because he'll still get the WWE title. I think we'll still have AJ versus Shinsuke at WrestleMania, but we'll change some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know if he beats Cena though, because it depends. Do you want to do the whole Cena Roman thing on Raw, or would you rather that not happen at this point? Which
I don't want him anything to do with that. I think he was actually better for SmackDown Live.
okay, then I guess Cena wins this match then.
Tomorrow, fucking.
And then it also makes sense because AJ beat him the year before AJ at SummerSlam age.
Yeah, I actually like the one thing about the match. I still like is the fact that he didn't leave the ring.
Yeah,
They didn't leave the ring, which is impressive. Obviously, the next part is a change because obviously the next change is Cena does not go to Raw.
again, thank goodness.
Stays on SmackDown. Cena US title open challenge
Yes, everyone loves that.
restarts on SmackDown.
That's the one thing I'm disappointed at in real life with the Cena heel turn, because we've now not got the opportunity to have that.
Yeah. Nakamura gets a WWE title rematch after KO got intentionally disqualified at SummerSlam. That was, what is the next event actually? No, that was Takeover Brooklyn 3, which doesn't matter because that's the one where that's the one where Drew beats Bobby Roode, yeah. And then obviously it's the Adam Cole debut. But I'm going to make a change. Instead of Adam Cole debuting on NXT, how about Adam Cole debuts on SmackDown instead?
I could do that, to be fair. Wait, no, because remember Vince is still in charge. We don't.
Good point. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Our enjoyment gets sacrificed. Let's see. So this one, AJ did actually. At this point, to be fair, funnily enough, at this event,
AJ lost the title to Baron Corbin.
SummerSlam, AJ was actually the US champion. He actually retained the title against Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon was the referee, but we've obviously changed that.
Thank
Nakamura.
That whole Shane McMahon power trip was too much for me. It
was horrible. I actually forgot about that. Randy Orton versus Rusev was only 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But obviously, AJ versus Kevin Owens, special guest referee, US title. They went 17 minutes. Jinder Mahal beat Nakamura for the WWE title in 11 minutes 25. So obviously, this is Kevin Owens versus Nakamura. But Nakamura does lose on this one clean. Like, we've got to maintain the lose clean.
Yeah.
And then obviously after this, Nakamura's going to move into the Royal Rumble build up, and AJ regains the WWE title. So, intentionally disqualified. This is hold on. This is SummerSlam we're talking about.
Yeah.
So what was the event that?
After this, it would have been No Mercy for Raw, and then Hell in a Cell for SmackDown.
Yeah. So what was it that what's his face got? Oh, the Battleground. We changed it to Battleground, wasn't it? That's where we got the.
That's where the cash-in happened.
Yeah. So. Oh, I'm saying this is let's see what I've done. I put this is the SmackDown here, and then Cena stays. So I put it in the wrong order. So Nakamura gets the title rematch after SummerSlam.
Yeah. No. You had that right because you said after Kevin Owens got himself disqualified at SummerSlam. So this is kind of just a note to make for yourself, and then we go on.
Nakamura gets this. So this is the So he gets the next SmackDown event, or we just go do. I will just do SmackDown because after SummerSlam, well, we don't need the Mae Young Classic, that's for sure. Yeah, No Mercy is on Raw, so it's Hell in a Cell, and Hell in a Cell, the WWE title was Nakamura again, Jinder Mahal versus Nakamura. So yes, so Mahal wins. So KO wins this inside Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
because I am not doing a 39-minute Falls Count Anywhere Hell in a Cell with Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. But your WWE title again goes 12 minutes. That's pathetic. So, Hell in a Cell match announced. Hell in a Cell match for the WWE title. Kevin Owens wins versus Nakamura.
Yeah. Again, it doesn't have to be a clean win, but it just needs to be Kevin Owens wins. It just
We then go to, I believe, TLC is next.
That was Raw for some reason. I don't know why they had TLC in October, but whatever, I guess.
I know that's far too early. That's War Games Survivor Series. Well, we know how that went.
Yeah.
Nakamura got absolutely trounced as part of the mockery unit because
you want to make Triple H look strong for no reason.
Yep. So, I'm going to do a slight twist to this. Nakamura is not on. I'm going to say Nakamura's part of a count out instead of like Nakamura getting bitched by Braun Strowman. I'm not having that. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown Live. Survivor Series. Nakamura. And
we can have SmackDown win this then.
Nah, I'm going to keep the same thing. Kurt would have lost his position.
Oh, yeah.
We'll keep the same thing, yeah, but what we'll do is to protect two talents in this that deserve more, actually, to protect three talents that deserve more respect because it gets thrown out. Nakamura, Finn Balor, and Bobby Roode all eliminated
by Braun Strowman, I guess.
No, by count out and DQ.
Oh, count out DQ.
We'll do Bobby Roode gets DQ'd, but Finn Balor and Nakamura are the two legal men at the time.
Yeah.
Avoids the Strowman. Avoids the Strowman. There we go. That's a better change. After this, it's Clash of Champions.
Yeah.
Obviously, at this point, AJ is WWE champion. He defeats Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal finally goes over 20 minutes. Nakamura is in the tag match that involves Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He teams up with Randy Orton, and obviously that's if they lose, they would be fired. Daniel Bryan and Shane are referees. I'm not having this. I'm going to say instead we have Nakamura part of the US title.
Yeah. Wasn't that Corbin, Ziggler,
and Bobby Roode?
Bobby Roode, yeah. So that'd be fatal four-way.
Yeah.
And obviously this means Ziggler doesn't win because that whole I quit thing was stupid.
Exactly. So so that's for Clash of Champions. Clash of Champions, Nakamura joins the US title picture, becomes a fatal four-way, and we'll just do Orton. Since Shane McMahon is so adamant on getting rid of Owens and Zayn, he becomes Randy Orton's teammate.
Yeah,
and Daniel Bryan is the special guest referee.
Yeah,
but Nakamura still does not win this. Dolph Ziggler wins the match and becomes new champion.
You'd still do that?
Yeah, I don't want Nakamura. I don't think Nakamura needs to become the US champion. I'm still gonna have.
I would say Bobby Roode, because remember he goes into doesn't he end up winning the belt at some point anyway?
Nakamura, Kinshasa on Corbin, Rude pushes Nakamura into the turnbuckle and covers Corbin to win the title. McMahon.
Oh, this guy's a fucking little thunderclap and spamming prick.
Do they? Wait, no, because they would have lost.
They still lose. Yeah, they still lose to Owens and Zayn. Much better, and we don't have to get that horrible Hell in a Cell, and then it keeps Randy Orton away from the WWE title picture, which he didn't deserve at that point anyway.
Yeah,
and I'll maintain AJ still WWE champion. There we go.
Yeah,
because he's going to get the whole. Not the whole run, but he is going to be. He's still going to lose the title to Daniel Bryan as a heel, but Nakamura at least gets a short run.
at some point.
Yeah, he gets. I'm going to have him beat AJ at Mania,
Yeah,
but AJ wins the title back at the last man standing. Yeah, we'll make that the last man stand, so it pulls out the Money in the Bank. They have the whole summer feud.
Yeah.
So NXT Philadelphia, we can skip
Wait,
back.
no. No, it does have to be at Money in the Bank because I don't want to lose out on the Joe feud.
Yeah. Like, we need that feud. So Nakamura wins the Rumble. So this is 2018.
Yeah.
We'll do it that way. 2018. I'll put that in red as well. Royal Rumble.
And then that's
Nakamura still wins, yeah. Eliminating that fraud.
Yeah. The one tribal fraud.
That one tribal fraud, I like that.
I can't wait. It's going to be interesting to see what he does on Raw this week, by the way.
Probably nothing. After SummerSlam, he's away again, so what's the point?
It's like they're saying, did you see the headline where it was like Roman will work every Raw until SummerSlam? Yeah, there's 2.
Exactly, 2 shows.
Like, that's meant to be some kind of labor like that.
It's absolutely funny. They don't hate it in real life. It's just part of the promos regarding. They're just calling Toni Storm a disease because she's held down the title, and their way they find they've held him down, but she's not. It's nothing to do with diseases. It's just the choice of words, which is actually fantastic.
It's funny that Athena says that though when she's been doing the same with her own title.
Yeah, exactly. I believe was it a. Yes, Elimination Chamber was a Raw only event, so we get Fastlane for SmackDown, and AJ had the 6-pack challenge.
Yeah, so obviously that doesn't. I don't think Shinsuke was even on the card, was he?
He was the opening match against Rusev, and he won.
I mean, I guess you can keep that. It doesn't really make.
Yeah, he's going to WrestleMania regardless. So Shinsuke versus Rusev stays the same, and AJ retains the WWE title in the 6-pack challenge. Versus Corbin, Ziggler, Zayn, Owens, and Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, Cena obviously gets the Undertaker, so we'll keep that.
And I guess in this booking, you can actually give them a proper match.
Yes, Cena versus Taker goes 20 minutes. No, I'll be generous. I'll say 15.
No. You could do 20 because I remember Undertaker saying that he was training for like a half an hour match, and then they told him it was only going 5 days.
That works. Cena versus Taker at Mania, Mania 34. What's up, Nick? Good to see you.
And then I guess the result doesn't really matter here.
Taker still wins, as this is his.
Yeah, this would be his retirement then. This
New Orleans revenge match.
Yeah, and then I guess this could also be his retirement because this would be a good match, and he'd have no reason to keep going either.
Yeah, we'll do that. Taker officially retires after the match.
Because I don't want to see Goldberg or DX or anything like that.
Yeah. So Taker retires after the match. And I'm going to pull a shock twist here.
Cena turns heel.
Yeah, out of anger. Taker's basically accepted his challenge. He's not even going to give him a rematch. So Cena turns heel. And I'll make it even better. Cena interferes in the WWE title match and screws AJ. So that sets up a triple threat for Backlash.
So Nakamura is not turning heel at this point.
No, Nakamura doesn't turn heel until after he loses the WWE title.
Okay.
Because obviously he needs extra motivation. I don't like the fact they turned heel anyway. I don't think it did anything. So
no,
it didn't help him.
But then also, I don't really think that this Cena heel turn doesn't make any sense because after WrestleMania, doesn't Cena just disappear and not come back until 2019?
Yeah, actually, you know what? We'll just leave that. Yeah, we'll just leave it.
I guess you could. I guess you could just do.
Oh,
to be AJ Styles, and
yeah, Nakamura turns heel as intended, but wins the WWE Championship in the main event, not Roman versus Lesnar. Gave them the proper main event spot. Wow, they went 20 minutes, 20 seconds. That is funny. Just waiting for him. I think he froze on his connection a little bit. Roman needs to retire. Yep, Roman needs to never come back. I think his connection failed out. I'm just waiting for him. I didn't realize. Wow, WrestleMania 34 actually had 14 matches, 11 on the main card. I completely forgot. 3 on the main card, yeah, and then 14 overall. Kurt Angle's match with the tag. He deserved better. Yeah, there we go. All good, my man?
Yeah, there we go. StreamYard kicked me out, but we're back. Nice.
That's StreamYard for you. So I've switched the 2 matches around. So obviously AJ and Nakamura were followed up by that 4-minute stupidity of Braun and Nicholas. And then we had Lesnar versus Roman again, which was crap. So I've put Nakamura versus AJ on last. So we get the
Royal Rumble winner actually main events as well.
And wins as a turning heel. Do we do it where he does the low blow, or do we save the low blow for Daniel Bryan's heel turn the way he done it?
No, I mean, I guess they can. Yeah, they can both do it. I guess that's the only. If Nakamura is going to turn heel during the match, that's the only real way to do it.
Using the low blow when
But the
referee-
only difference is that this Mania match will be the only time that he uses it, instead of him doing it every single week.
Yes, I agree. He's as much of a chief as I am king of the UK, which is not a chance. So we've got that. So he's the new champion. So AJ is not going to be champion for 367 days, which is okay. He's still going to be champion for at least over 100 plus, which is fine. But I'm not having him lose the title on SmackDown to Daniel Bryan. I'm going to have them lose the title on the actual pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because that's more enjoyable. So Nakamura versus AJ at Greatest Royal Rumble, which was crap.
Yeah.
They went 14 minutes 25 and it ended in a double DQ.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to maintain the same result, or do you want to have Nakamura?
Nakamura wins, but screw finish.
Yeah, that works. Greatest Royal Rumble 2018. Nakamura champion versus AJ. AJ Styles WWE title. Nakamura wins.
And let's just say, for argument's sake, he spits green mist in AJ's face or something like that.
Yeah, that works. Green mist. Roll up win. The good old roll up done effectively.
Yeah.
Which then leads, of course, to Backlash, where they go again. Because obviously AJ is going to get given another match by new general manager Paige.
Yeah.
This match was a no DQ match that went 21 minutes, ended in a draw. I'm going to maintain the same thing, except
because
that's
the only way that you're going to get to the last man standing match, if it's a no DQ match.
Yeah, but I want to change the stipulation.
Yeah.
I want to make this still a draw, but I want to make it a steel cage.
Yeah.
And except this time, this match actually main events the show, not Roman versus Samoa Joe.
Oh my god!
Because a WWE title should not be. If you've got the WWE title in the same show, yeah, it was
and then it will also stop the fans leaving the show early because of how boring Reigns and Joe was.
Yeah, that went 18 minutes, and even then, Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman had to go up before them, and they had Zayn versus Owens, and that was crap as well. So yeah, those two can follow. Those two can precede Nakamura versus Styles. So
yeah,
Backlash. Backlash, WWE title, steel cage, Nakamura. The funny thing is, see, for their entire run, Nakamura versus AJ, despite the draw, despite the double count out, and then obviously the heel turn at Mania. Obviously, people write off that match. For me, the best match out the entire 4-match series was the Last Man Standing. But they weren't boring matches. It's just that WWE just did not know what to do with these two together. It was annoying, but they made it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I guess that's how it should be. The best match of a feud should really be the last one. Should.
Absolutely. So this ends in a draw. So what we'll do is AJ climbs the cage. Nakamura slides out the door. After AJ mistakenly believes Nakamura is knocked out following a second Styles clash. He thinks he's knocked out, but he leaves Nakamura far too close to the door, and Nakamura just gets out
Yeah.
Already better booking for Nakamura. Already better booking.
I mean, we've given him the title for one. I mean,
Exactly. We've gave him exactly what he deserved. So obviously after this, the two NXT events very quickly. Hold on. What the hell? What is this? No, go back. Hold on. There we go. Money in the Bank. That's what I'm after.
mm-hmm.
Money in the Bank. So this is obviously where the last man standing is, and they didn't even get to main event. They were the 8th match out of 10. The fact that the show started with Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass, and then it ended with the Money in the Bank for a world title match. But AJ Styles versus Nakamura went 31 minutes. I'm having them close the show, but this time obviously AJ gets the win back.
Yeah.
So WWE title. Just confirming I'm making that. That's the main event. This is the main event. Changed to main event. WWE title. Last man standing. AJ Styles defeats Nakamura to become a 3-time WWE champion.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm gonna. One thing I will reiterate as well, and Strowman does not make an attempt on the WWE title. Sticks to Raw.
I'm trying to think who was even in that chamber. Who was even in that ladder match?
The ladder match for that one was Braun Strowman, Bobby Roode, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, Rusev, Samoa Joe, The Miz.
Okay, Strowman's not winning that match.
I've got an idea. I want to do
Balor?
similar. No. I was going to say, how about this is where the feud starts. Samoa Joe wins the Money in the Bank.
Samoa Joe wins, yeah.
But he doesn't do a stupid cash-in. Instead, he comes out after AJ regains the title, and he confirms he's cashing in the Money in the Bank at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Similar to what RVD
Similar to
did
what Braun ended up doing.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe that Extreme Rules AJ had Rusev for the WWE title. Yeah, we're not doing that. Strowman did not make an attempt on so sticks to Raw as Samoa Joe wins the Money in the Bank. So there's a change, which a massive change. Samoa Joe wins the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and again a beneficial one as well.
Exactly. Interrupts AJ's title win to confirm he will cash in at SummerSlam. Big match already, and that actually does one thing. That prevents Samoa Joe getting stuck in the Universal shithole. Oh, yeah,
he'd already been in it at that point. That was the year before that.
Exactly. I was going to say, I forgot the main event of Extreme Rules.
What that does is stop the whole stupidness between Lesnar, Strowman, and Reigns.
Yes. The main event of Extreme Rules, because it was SmackDown. No, it wasn't. It was Dual Brand again. The main event for Extreme Rules of this one was the Iron Man match for the IC title, Ziggler versus Rollins. But I'm going to have that as the co-main event. But we'll change the main event for the WWE title. Nakamura gets his rematch instead. So, WWE title match Extreme Rules. Nakamura gets the rematch versus AJ. We'll just do Extreme Rules match. AJ wins, feud ends, and Nakamura moves on. Which is fine for me because Nakamura at this point won the US title in 6 seconds. I'm going to have the same thing. Nakamura wins the US title, but he wins on SmackDown following this match. He just gets angry. AJ,
like he just goes crazy, beats up Jeff Hardy, takes it up.
Exactly. Shinsuke becomes US champion. SmackDown Live after SummerSlam. Defeats Jeff Hardy in the main event. Much better. Big change. So after this one, it is SummerSlam after this, isn't it? Yeah, SummerSlam. So we don't need to worry about AJ anymore. But Shinsuke Nakamura does have his rematch with Jeff Hardy, so we're going to do that, but we're going to change it up.
Yes.
We're going to make this one important. So Shinsuke Nakamura, champion versus Jeff Hardy. I want to make it like a statement win for Nakamura as the rematch. So, US title ladder match.
Beats Jeff Hardy in 5 minutes, I would have said.
Or that, yeah. US title. Brutalizes Jeff before the bell rings. Hardy insists on the rematch. Nakamura wins in 5 minutes. That works. Yeah, I'll take that. So what's after SummerSlam? It's Hell in a Cell, which was one of the worst events I've ever seen. That how you can have a no contest bollocks makes no sense. Samoa Joe obviously had this one. Was Nakamura wasn't even. Yeah, Nakamura wasn't even on Hell.
Because this was the period in time where he just didn't defend the belt, which seems to happen with all of his title reigns and then afterwards.
Which we're going to change that. So we're going to have Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy had the Hell in the Cell.
Yeah.
How about we... I want to change... So obviously the Miz and Reece had Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella in a mixed tag. How about we have a fatal 5-way?
Daniel Bryan...
I was thinking fatal 5-way. Nakamura defends the US title against Orton, Hardy, Bryan, and The Miz.
Yeah, that works.
And do we have Nakamura retaining?
I'm trying to think. Wait. No, he loses.
Who do you want to have win?
Because you have to.
Obviously,
Miz,
Daniel Bryan.
Because...
Daniel Bryan goes on to win the WWE title. Obviously,
it can't be Bryan. I'd say just
give
it to Miz, and then he pins Bryan, I guess.
That works.
Yeah, because you also have to consider that Nakamura needs to lose the US title because in 2019, quite early on, he wins the IC title.
Exactly. I like that. To become US champion. which then leads to, I forgot about that, Super Showdown. Was Nakamura on that show?
Oh yeah, and then I guess that Brian Miz match can still be a number one contenders match, but that the fact that Miz has pinned Brian to win the US title can add to that, I guess.
So double champion.
No, not as a double champion. Just like the fact that I've already got this pinfall over you. Haha, I guess. Like the fact that I've already got this pinfall over you, I should be able to beat you again, and then Brian still beats Miz in like a minute, which happened in real life.
No worries, Zodiac. Hope you're doing good. We're just flying through, having some fun. We've made a lot of changes to this, so we hope to get your opinion on that. So what will we do? Because Nakamura wasn't on this show, so I propose one little change. Obviously, Styles had Joe in this match. How about... I was thinking, why not we have a match, like a rematch? How about Super Showdown? We have Cena versus Nakamura.
Oh, yeah. Well, because who did... Because Cena was doing that whole Bobby Lashley tag match thing.
Yeah, with Elias and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
So we'll do...
Yeah. And then I guess in this match, Cena wins just because Nakamura's a heel and Australia need to be happy in Australia. You've muted yourself.
What the fuck is host? What is season 2 Girls Paradise, bro? It's getting on my nerves. I'm waiting so much animes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I turned my thing up by accident. See, we already gave Cena the JOB earlier on. Now it's, well, doesn't really matter. Evolution doesn't really matter for this one. Crown Jewel, that event, absolutely. So, there's no Taker, because obviously we've retired Taker at WrestleMania. Nakamura, he's on the pre-show as US champion, and he beats Rusev.
I guess at this point, I don't actually think we need Nakamura for this at this point.
Yeah, we'll say Nakamura not involved. Nakamura not at Crown Jewel. Styles.
And then this is what he loses. No. He loses here because remember you said that you didn't want Brian to beat him on SmackDown.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to have him because he still had the match with Samoa Joe. So I'm thinking we do instead.
Yeah, it would still have to be here because remember the pay-per-view after this is Survivor Series, and that was the whole champion versus champion thing.
Yeah, I wanted to avoid that. I wanted to have a WWE title match, and Lesnar just has a universal.
Lesnar actually defends his belt against someone. Yeah. We can do that then. Yeah.
Styles still
because I remember they did that in 2019 as well. They did where Lesnar had a title match.
Yeah, Cain Velasquez. Ugh.
No, that was Rey Mysterio at Survivor Series 2020.
My bad. Yeah, that was horrible.
He'd already beaten Cain Velasquez at that point.
That was horrible. Nakamura not at Crown Jewel. Styles still retains versus Samoa Joe. And the winner... Yes, actually, we'll make it clear. Styles versus Joe. WWE title match. Winner versus Daniel Bryan at Survivor Series, which is the change.
Yeah.
Styles retains and ends the feud.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the feud was already over at that point. It was literally just because they had nothing else to do.
Yeah. So Survivor Series. WWE title, Daniel Bryan via the low blow, and with Psycho Knee. Becomes WWE champion. Nakamura.
Team SmackDown, I guess.
Yeah, on Team SmackDown wins. I'm not having them lose to Raw.
Yeah.
So there's the change.
Nah. That whole 6-0 or whatever it was thing. That.
Yeah, I forgot about Super Showdown. Is Nakamura even on that, actually?
No, we did Super Showdown.
No, this
Super
is
Showdown
the other
was before Crown Jewels.
No, because remember the
there's
Super
two.
Yeah, because remember the Super Showdown was Undertaker versus Goldberg.
That was 2019.
No, there's two of them. So you've got is it Super Showdown in Australia, and then they did another Super Showdown in oh yeah, this
I am pretty sure that was 2019 then.
This has skipped all the way to fucking. What is going on? Yeah, 2018 Crown Jewel, then Super Showdown. Why is it went all the way to 2019? Why is it skipping to 2019? This is not.
No, because Crown Jewel was the Saudi Arabia show before Super Showdown 2019.
Yes, so Stomping Grounds. Worst
which
name
is
for
also
an
2019. We don't even need to do 2019 because this booking was 2017 to 2018.
Oh yeah, so Crown Jewel 2018 is the last event of WWE's year.
Yeah,
This is the last event. So we'll start 2019.
Wait, no, the last event of 2018 was TLC, but Nakamura I don't think was on it.
Yeah, TLC 2018.
And because he's not the US champion in this booking, he doesn't need to be on it either.
Just having a look. Did he? Nah, he didn't have anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the main event was bloody Asuka versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair over Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the WWE title.
Yeah.
Maybe we can add that in, like Nakamura demands to be added to the match, and it just ends in a triple threat.
Yeah, a triple threat TLC match. Yeah, sure, why not?
And Daniel Bryan retains.
Yeah.
TLC
and this time instead of it being because of Rowan, it can be because Styles takes out Nakamura or something.
Yeah. And they main event, not the women.
Yeah.
No
because I'm pretty sure one of them got injured in that match anyway. No one wants to see that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, exactly. And that match went 1 minute and 50 seconds longer than the women as well. 21:45 for the women, 23:55 for the WWE title. Rollins versus Ambrose for the Intercontinental title went 23 minutes exact. That's wild. Daniel, well, actually, we've got to do this correct. The new Daniel Bryan.
Oh, God, yeah.
As he called himself, versus AJ Styles versus Nakamura. Daniel Bryan retains after both men on top of the ladder get thrown off and go through tables.
Yeah.
Bryan laughs.
We want tables. There you go.
Exactly. Bryan laughs at the top of the ladder with the championship in his hands. Now that's 2017 and 2018 Nakamura solved. And it's actually a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot.
And the reason it's better is because we changed pretty much everything.
Yeah, we gave him competent booking, which is exactly what he deserved. Shall we do one more, or shall we call it for the night? I don't know what
that was the last one of round one.
Yeah. So I wonder what we'll do for round 2. Bryan bars like
I mean, I guess we go back to the wheel then. I mean, we guess we go back to the wheel then.
Yes, so we'll do the wheel. So this is round 3. Sorry, round 2. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Rebooking. Round 2. So whoever lands on it first will get the one remaining match of the night, and then we'll do the next one after. Or Zodiac says, I want to fantasy book HBK after Mania. Well, that's going to be tricky because he was out for several years, but he did have he was the commissioner for a while.
I guess he means as in to say, like, as if what if he never got injured and had to retire? I guess that's what he means. Is.
Okay, I'm up for that.
And I mean, I guess for the sake of not having to do the whole who wants to be a part of it and who wants to be on the wheel thing, I guess we can just do that now, and then we can tackle the wheel at a later time.
Right, we'll go straight to Zodiac on that one. I quite like that. So Zodiac.
I need to like.
So Zodiac has proposed a great one. Actually, that's a good choice. What's up, guy? Why are you late? There, they're all bold. Okay, so he's choosing HBK after WrestleMania 14. No injury. Versus The Undertaker. Changes.
Well, I mean, I guess they're all changes, so I don't even think we need to do that.
Actually, no, good point. They're all getting changed, I suppose, yeah.
The only thing that stays the same is Michaels loses
the WWE title. Yeah.
Yeah. But Zodiac, I want to know, how long is this booking? Is it just a year, or is it multiple year span, or is it?
Yeah, and how many times are we still getting how many times is he holding a championship as well?
Or
no,
is he even?
I'm not watching that match again. That match was terrible.
That Bully Ray AJ match.
Yeah, the only good thing about that is the fact that it was the last time you ever used a spiral tap until Mania 15. Yeah. Okay,
Ooh.
so what we'll do is so this is line 3. So from line 4 until say line 45, I'm gonna mark them all back in the standard. There we go. So I'm gonna put a cutoff point here in black.
Yeah.
So I wanted to book it out to when he went through DX and wound up the WWF title or IC title Mania 15.
Okay, well, I probably will say now, Michaels won't win the WWF title at 15 because you don't want to stop the whole Austin McMahon thing.
Yeah. And WrestleMania 15, the IC title was...
That was the whole stupid Billy Road Dogg and...
Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, Ken Shamrock, and Goldust, and Ryan Shamrock was there as well. That was horrible. So we'll say...
Yeah, so we can have HBK win the IC title.
So I'll put this one in black. WrestleMania 15.
authorized by President Barack Obama. This death was a significant blow to Al Qaeda, with the organization continuing under the leadership of Ayman al-Zawahiri, who was bin Laden's longtime deputy. Al Qaeda's strategy would then evolve to focus more on regional conflicts and insurgencies, positioning itself as the defender of Sunni Muslims in conflicts such as the Syrian Civil War. Now,
Okay.
Al Qaeda is viewed more as a resilient and independent network.
Yes, because I still want the I still want the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. You could do Sean versus Mankind.
You still want to see the big show.
Yeah, annoyingly.
You still want to see the big show.
They all still do. I don't. Okay, so let's start with the obvious. 98. So Shawn Michaels. Actually, I'm for the whole thing just to save space. HBK retains WWF title versus Undertaker in the casket. In the casket match, no injury. Sets up HBK versus Stone Cold at Mania 14. Taker versus Kane stays the same. So the change obviously is no injury.
Yeah.
So that means we get
So,
no way
are we still having Kane be the reason that Michaels retains?
I think so, because you still need to have Kane versus Taker at Mania.
Yeah.
So, Raw after Rumble, Mike Tyson still announced.
Yeah. And then I guess, with this means that Michaels can actually take part in that whole 8-man tag at No Way Out.
Exactly. Do you think TNA will sell 7,000 tickets? Well, they're on course to do it. They might. I don't know if
there's still tickets going now.
Yeah, there's 7,015 unallocated. Well, total number now is up to 7,015.
Nice.
The full DX, yes. No Savio Vega bullshit. Savio Vega was actually good in that match, but yes, none of his involvement. So we've got that. So we can now put a line here, like a black line, because that will then cover that split.
It's so weird how I never usually watch TNA pay-per-views, but I'm actually really excited for this one.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because I haven't watched TNA since
probably
Chris Bay got injured. I haven't. The last time I watched TNA was when I heard that Chris Bay got injured because I wanted to see what actually happened.
That injury was awful. I still feel bad for him. I actually hope he's there, even in the crowd, because it would be horrible.
Just the fact that he's even able to walk is pretty special. Just
absolutely. So no way from Texas. So we have all the way up to Stone Cold. We have to maintain course of events. So Stone Cold challenges Mike Tyson on Raw.
Yeah.
But this time I'm going to do a little. No, they haven't passed 7K. I said they could get close. I'll be adding them very shortly. Don't worry. What we're going to do is the fun bit here. Stone Cold challenges Mike Tyson on Raw, but this is the change.
Vince. Wow. So is this a face turn or?
No. I'm going to make it clear.
Oh, he aims for Austin.
But misses. He goes for him, but he misses.
I see.
So he still maintains the heel part. I'll zoom in for everybody, so it's easier now for that. So there we go.
But obviously, because it's Vince, he's not sorry about it. But
exactly. I was going to put in brackets. Vince obliges. Sergeant Slobber. He actually follows me on Twitter. He's actually a nice guy. Just booking through. So let's see. So Stone Cold challenges Mike Tyson on Raw. HBK Superkicks Vince. Aims for Stone Cold. Misses. Next week on Raw. With can you do one on the Nexus?
I mean,
they just avoid Cena.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we kind of did touch on that with the whole Jericho.
We did.
thing.
We saved that. We saved the booking on the last one. If you look at it,
Yeah.
Tyson joins DX because obviously we know that he was in storyline. Of course, we know what actually happens. Tyson joins DX and taunts Austin ahead of Mania 14 main event. Following, so we got the following Raw. Austin tells DX he will be WWF champion no matter who he has to go through, and gives the finger to HBK, Triple H, China, and Tyson. And then we'll say Raw before Mania. Exactly what happens. HBK super kicks Austin on the stage. No Kane versus Austin. Exactly how it happened. But the one change I'm going to have, though, Taker, Tombstones, Triple H, and Paul Bearer.
Ah, well, that's funny. Just because it's funny. Just
exactly. Each comes out to obviously help Austin, but they both run. But he gets his hands on them. Well, Paul Bearer's just too funny. Okay, so Mania. So now for Mania 14. So Mania 14, HBK loses to Austin. Tyson counts the pin and KOs HBK. But the change is Kane
ends the streak. Because now in this universe, Undertaker now doesn't have to necessarily win all of these good matches.
I agree, and that does more for Kane as well, because Kane is being built as the next top heel.
Yeah.
How come you like Mark Henry so much? I think he was great in 2011. Apart from that injury, Mark Henry just does not get.
No, Glenn, that's coming from outside my window.
Yeah, I think people overlook like Mark Henry in 2006 to 2008 was actually a very good heel.
In fact, actually, let me close my window. Let me
just
there we go. You'll probably still be able to hear it, but it won't be as loud. But
yeah. Taker, I don't think Taker really cared about the streak.
No, I don't think he did either. Because as the streak went on, there were actually points in times where he was on board with people beating him, and it was them that said no. It was
exactly like Kane said no at WrestleMania 14.
Yeah.
So
Kane said Kane said no. Orton said no. Edge said no.
Yeah. Mark Henry said no as well.
Yeah, Mark Henry said no.
The Big Show said, I don't think I need to. I just want the WWE title match.
Yeah.
Which is
of course
understandable.
I'm pretty sure Punk said no as well.
Punk did say no, yeah. So Taker
and then even Brock Lesnar, when he did beat The Undertaker, didn't really care because he was going to lose at first.
Yeah. So this is what we'll do. Kane ends the streak at 6-1. Which then makes the Inferno match even better because Taker gets his win back.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do. Kane versus Taker Inferno match still goes ahead, but the change is this is the Taker win back from Mania loss and #1 contenders match for Over the Edge.
So we're not doing the whole dude love thing.
No, because we're gonna give HBK gets his
He
title
gets something.
rematch.
He gets something. Oh yeah, shame, yeah.
So yeah, exactly. So Unforgiven, the Big Eagle belt, first pay-per-view appearance. Because I'm gonna have it where the Winged Eagle actually gets replaced at this event. So
Yeah.
Austin ends the event with the Winged Eagle and the Big Eagle.
Okay.
So we're just going to say, well,
So what's happening with DX? Do the Outlaws and X-Pac still join DX after Mania?
Yes. Which is what I'm putting in here as like a big. I'm putting that as like a big like red change. I want that as like a big red change. So Raw after Mania, the full DX army begins. Triple H, HBK, China, the Outlaws, and X-Pac. HBK gets the rematch at Unforgiven. Vince McMahon, special referee early. Because Over the Edge, we're going to have Taker versus Austin, but the match gets thrown out. That match gets thrown out, so we get the proper match at SummerSlam. We still get Austin versus Taker at SummerSlam, but this match gets thrown out, and we get a interference, so we don't get the WWE title. So the title match ends with our interference from Mankind, DX, and Kane.
But wouldn't it have to be the Nation at some point as well, because Triple H still fused with The Rock? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that still sets up Fully Loaded. Like Fully Loaded, but this time it's title versus title. The Rock is IC champion and
Triple H is still the European champion.
Yeah, but we'll do it where it's both falls are for each championship. So the third fall is basically...
So they both retain their titles?
Yes. Which is actually a lot more fun. So that's a major change there. So Unforgiven, Austin retains versus HBK. HBK moves on to a new feud, and Austin moves on to Kane, Mankind, and The Undertaker. So a slight change. The only difference obviously is Austin. So Over the Edge, Undertaker versus Austin, WWF title. No contest. And that's a major change, so I'll put that in red.
Yeah.
Which I actually like that.
Yeah.
Raw after Over the Edge. Smoking Skull Belt early.
Because everyone loves to see that.
Yeah, I loved the Big Eagle, but the Smoking Skull Belt was too good. And I agree, Kane should never have spoke, ever. Okay, so obviously at this
Well,
point,
actually, I want to make a point of that. I don't mind the fact that Kane spoke. What the problem that I have was the stupid voice box.
yeah,
Like they shouldn't have had Kane speak. They shouldn't have had Kane speak until he unmasked.
yes, or when he went to the open mask at the bottom, like when he came back with the crop mask, which was actually cool. But they should have just turned him heel and not unmasked. I don't understand why they unmasked him, but they kept him unmasked for too long.
Yeah.
Okay, so Raw after Over the Edge Smoking Skull Belt debut. The next event is, let's see, it's fully loaded. Then King of the Ring.
Yeah.
No, it's King.
No, it is fully loaded in King of the Ring.
Yeah, fully loaded because Taker and Austin win the tag. Taker and Austin win the tag belts for the first time.
Yeah.
And we get the debut. No, it wasn't, because that was on the highway to hell. So King of the Ring comes first.
Oh yeah, King of the Ring was first. Yeah.
So we're still going to have the same thing, except that we're going to have the whole thing where Taker and Austin obviously win the matches. Yeah, full in July, because June's event was King of the Ring. We're still going to have Hell in a Cell. We're still going to have the first blood match.
Yeah.
But who do we have for HBK? HBK wins King of the Ring.
Maybe he's in the King of the Ring.
We could have HBK versus The Rock for the King of the Ring final instead of Shamrock. Actually, no, they tried to bully The Rock. I'm not having that.
Yeah.
HBK versus Shamrock.
Maybe they have him in the tournament, but he doesn't win it. Maybe he eliminates The Rock from the tournament, but it's not in the final, but it's
semi-finals.
Yeah.
Because that semi-final, you had Ken Shamrock versus Jeff Jarrett, and then you had The Rock versus Dan Severn, and then obviously you had Shamrock versus Rock in the final. How about Rock? Yeah. Rock beats.
No, actually, you know what? Yeah. Keep the final the same. Keep the final the same, but have The Rock beat HBK in the semi-final.
Yeah, I like that.
Because the nation interfering cost Michaels. Because
yeah, HBK versus Rock, King of the Ring, 98 semi-finals. Rock wins via Nation of Domination interference,
and more specifically, let it be Owen Hart that does it late
because of the past rivalry.
Yep.
Because he actually,
and then that's the feud going into.
Because to be fair, at this event as well, before this, if you remember, back-to-back matches. It was X-Pac versus Owen Hart. Then it was the Outlaws versus the Midnight Express. Then it was the King of the Ring final. So we'll do that.
Yeah. And then Owen Hart and Shawn Michaels can be the SummerSlam match.
Yes, because what we can do, that's a major change. What we can do, we get to fully loaded. So Rock versus Triple H, title versus title. 2 out of 3 falls. Rock and see how do we do that? If both men retain their titles, do we do like one person? You have to win 2 falls to win both titles.
No, just make it how they did the Eurocontinental title. So it was just literally just a 2-4 match. But then earlier in the night, have a 6-man tag between D'Lo, Mark Henry, and Owen Hart, and the Outlaws and HBK, so that can play into this match here. Because I assume at this point DX have turned face.
Yeah, they're full babyface now. Nation heels, DX babyface. Yeah.
So I
Exact
would
same.
have DX win the tag match.
Yeah.
And then the first full of the title versus title matches for the European title, so Triple H wins that. And then just as Triple H is about to win the IC title, the Nation
Heel
attack him and cause
screws
a
him.
DQ.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like that. So I'll make that clear. This is fully loaded. The Rock actually did well in the SummerSlam one as well, because that's when the crowd started to chant for him as well. So
Yeah.
Rocky sucks during the entrances. Rocky chants at the very end of the match, which is funny.
Speaking of Rock and SummerSlam, do you think he shows up next week or whenever SummerSlam is?
I don't think so.
Because people are saying that he's going to show up and Cody's going to turn heel people.
I think he will turn heel, but I don't think Rock turns up.
Travis Scott again?
Probably.
Even though they're supposedly not too happy with him at the minute.
I agree. That interview after the ladder match is awesome. I like that idea, mate. That was a perfect idea. So now go to SummerSlam. So SummerSlam 98. So obviously Triple H is European champion. I know it's a shame because the European title eventually got unified 4 years later. How about this is the unification match now? And Triple H still wins the ladder
but then
match.
Obviously this is just the retirement of the European title.
In the ladder match, the same way.
European, because the European title doesn't really, pretty much after British Bulldog lost it, it meant nothing because the title was meant for him pretty much.
Yeah, so this is like the major. So this is like the major change. Like this is a major change event for SummerSlam. So I'll put this one in black now. Black form. This is a major change.
So I'm guessing the Outlaws are still beating Kane and Mankind in that dumpster match.
Correct. HBK Triple H versus The Rock, ladder match, IC title versus European title unification match. Triple H wins. Rock is ejected. On the same night after the match, Rock is ejected from the Nation. HBK versus Owen Hart. And I'm going to say,
who would you have win this match? Owen Hart wins,
by submission.
Just to get that little payoff from Montreal, just
exactly. DX
and obviously,
wins.
if one heel loses, the other should win, just to balance it out.
We're gonna have a whole lengthy. It's gonna be a good feud because I actually think I'm still gonna have the Deadly Game tournament.
We're
gonna have. I agree. We're gonna have Zodiac. Like the rematch is gonna be at Survivor Series, and it's gonna be the semi-finals. So
is The Rock still turning heel at that point though, or is it gonna be someone completely different? Oh, The Rock still turns.
We're gonna have HBK versus Owens. Mankind. We're gonna have the whole thing where Mankind gets screwed in the quarterfinals versus Austin. So Austin goes out a round early. But then Austin still comes back for the main event. Because Rock beats Mankind, and then Vince will still have one part to play. In the fun way to do it. So after after King of the Ring, we get SummerSlam, which has obviously happened here. Then for SummerSlam, we get Breakdown.
Yeah.
Because obviously the In Your
And
House
then this
event.
is where. Yeah, and then this is where Austin loses. Are we still doing the double pinfall where Austin loses the title?
Double pinfall, yeah.
Yeah.
Forces and Royalist paramilitaries. The provisional IRA's military strategy included guerrilla warfare tactics such as bombings, assassinations, ambushes, and sniper attacks.
But to screw him over slightly, I'm still going to have a little thing here.
Oh, Michaels wins the cage match. So is that a fatal 4-way then?
Nah, I'm going to drop Shamrock.
Oh, so no Shamrock.
Yeah, because fuck Shamrock.
Okay.
We're gonna have this. But the fun thing is,
yep, no Blue Blazer at any point, Zodiac, no.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're gonna have after the SummerSlam matchup, we'll just say that Owen Hart's written out for a little while, like slight injury, just so he's not involved in Breakdown. But he returns at Judgment Day.
Yeah.
We'll just say knee matchup. What's a short injury he can have that would have ruled him out for a little while?
Elbow injury, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Jeff Jarrett, no one cares. He ain't involved in my story. Okay, so there's was that Deborah. Yeah, they can stick with that, but remember, Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart had nothing to do with each other in '98. So we've got that. So that's a good change. Like, that's actually a very good change.
It also included provisions for the decommissioning of paramilitary weapons and the release of political prisoners.
Right, so
Friday agreement, the provisional IRA officially
Judgment Day '98. Rock versus Mark Henry still maintains because obviously he got kicked out of the nation.
Apparently, AJ Styles managed to get Dom's phone number, man.
Sounds
I don't know
right.
if you've seen that either.
Yeah, I saw. I was laughing at that.
Yeah.
Kane versus Taker. WWF title. Austin screws both. Taker still turns heel. Triple H would have the IC title, but he was injured at this point, so because he was injured, the title's vacant, so we're gonna have a change. So we're gonna have IC title match, HBK versus Val Venus early. Because to be fair, he ended up winning the title anyway. So actually, no, we'll do Ken Shamrock.
Yeah. And then I guess this is where Ken Shamrock gets his win that he didn't get in '97. Then.
Exactly, and Owen Hart helps him win.
Yeah.
Because that adds up to their Survivor Series. Owen Hart returns, screws HBK, and Shamrock wins the IC title, which then allows. The only thing is, it means we miss out on. Actually, we'll make a triple threat because, to be fair, Mankind was actually good in that match.
Yeah.
So we'll keep that. We'll keep that together.
Yeah, because obviously Mankind can't win the IC title either because he's a part of the whole Rock Mankind screw job thing.
Exactly. Let's see. So next up, we'll do. So this is Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Deadly Game. HBK beats on the way to losing to The Rock in the final, when HBK is declared babyface, and obviously
Oh,
Rock,
so HBK loses in the final.
yeah,
Because I would have had it just be the same, but Owen and Michaels are in the quarterfinals, and then Mankind beats one of them in the semis.
yeah. So who will we have HBK beat en route to losing to Mankind? Like, what will be his first round?
I'm
Say
trying to think.
Well, too, because Vince doesn't like him. How about HBK versus X-Pac?
Yeah, just to stick it to DX, just put them against each other.
Yep. And then that sets up for the quarterfinal.
So that's where he loses to Owen.
No, he beats Owen, gets screwed by Mankind. Gets screwed in the Mankind match then.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, because that means we're taking out.
No, because the end goal would still be Mankind versus Rock final.
Yeah.
But it's just how do we get there?
Because in the semi-finals, obviously Mankind wins against Stone Cold. Stone Cold gets screwed.
Oh yeah. Maybe they just do the Mankind Austin screw job in the round before that.
Yeah.
So then this would be who loses to The Rock. Then I guess.
I like that. So HBK versus Mankind.
Yeah.
In the semi-finals.
Yeah.
Owen Hart versus HBK. HBK wins, proceeds to face Mankind in the semi-finals. Winner of that versus Rock or Undertaker, as it was.
Yeah.
Kane screws Taker. Choke slams Rock. Mankind beats HBK with the mandible claw. Rock versus Mankind final. WWF title. Yeah, I like that. That's actually really good.
Because you've got to also consider the fact that you need to get the sympathy for Mankind, who eventually wins the title.
Yeah, because we're still going to have that.
Yeah.
So we'll still have the Rock Bottom event, because obviously that was important. So Rock Bottom, that was the last event of the year.
Yeah.
Nah, we're not having Vince screw Shawn. We still want it to be Mankind, because Mankind's actually he deserves that more. Mick Foley deserves it.
And I also want to propose a change to the main event of Rock Bottom. No, well, not the main event of Rock Bottom. I want to propose a change to Undertaker and Austin. That doesn't happen, and instead you just have an all-star Austin Undertaker Michaels match.
Triple threat.
Yeah.
Because remember, at this point, Stone Cold is trying to get into the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and this can be like a Royal Rumble qualifying match, like an early qualifying match.
But okay, so are we stopping Taker from getting injured then? Because remember, Taker was slightly injured in this match. He gets written off TV in the Buried Alive match.
Yeah, we're gonna prevent the injury from happening, and then this loss will cause the whole ministry thing, and he's gonna blame Vince for losing the match, basically.
I like that. Austin versus Taker versus HBK,
because they can do the whole thing where I got screwed by Kane, and instead of giving me a title match, you put me in this qualifying match.
Yeah. Rock versus Mankind still for the WWF title, and Rock wins by Vince technicality, as he did do it. Like, sorry, Rock.
Well, The Rock didn't even win; he lost the match.
Yeah, he made him pass out to the mandible claw.
Yeah,
which is stupid because he allowed it every other time for him to win. But obviously, he changed up for this match, which was actually really clever. We're now up to number 28. We've got 16 to go. So we said we'd do 16. So up to 45, and then that'd be it. So we've still got here to go. He wins the Intercontinental title, but we're going to give him a better opponent than Shamrock. So, Royal Rumble.
Yeah. But Shamrock wasn't even the champion at that point. I'm pretty sure it was Road Dogg.
Yeah, Road Dogg, yeah. So we'll do Royal
But
Rumble.
obviously that won't work because they're both in DX that one.
Exactly. So Royal Rumble 1999. Taker fully forms Ministry of Darkness. The bounty on Stone Cold's head. HBK is
I guess you could put him number 3 in the Rumble because he hates Vince as well. Because
I like that. After Vince and Austin. I'm going to make a very fun switch early. See if you like this. So I'm doing a 2-part for the Rumble. Part 1 of 2. So part 2. Triple H.
I mean, we have spaces to fill. We might as well. We have.
Exactly. So part 2, Triple H and China still in the Rumble.
Okay.
At 26 and number 30, because she's still getting number 30.
Yep.
Outlaws and Corporation in between. Taker forces Viscera out of the Rumble as he was.
Yeah.
And then disappears. Rock retains the title. Sorry, Rock wins the title back, sorry.
Rock wins the title, yeah.
In the I Quit. 5 chair shots. As
not 13.
Exactly, I'm protecting Foley.
Yeah.
But this is the big split. Part 3.
Ooh,
Triple H.
Yeah. We're doing the heel turn before WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Oh, so he's at some point has won the IC title back. Oh, okay, there we go. But wait, wasn't Shamrock also in the corporation at this point? Was
Yes. So he's part of DX. So I've had it on the same.
Okay, so he wins it as part of DX and then turns heel.
Yeah, he wins on the same show. Mankind wins the WWF title.
Okay, cool. Yeah, makes sense.
So Triple H low blow on HBK, and he wins the Royal. So he eliminates him from the Royal Rumble. And I'll maintain part 4. Vince
wins the Rumble.
Still wins the Rumble. Following Rock distraction on Austin.
Which in hindsight, that was pretty stupid as well. You just won the title. Why have you come out in the Rumble match?
Yes. So St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Sorry, Raw after Rumble, I should say. Just go and watch wrestling. That's pretty much what I do if I can't bother paying for anything. Watch wrestling. Yeah. So Raw after Royal Rumble. Raw after Rumble. Raw after Rumble. HBK calls out. Actually, yeah, that's what the Triple H cuts his promo. Yeah.
Yeah. His long, meaningless half-an-hour promos.
Yeah, Triple H cuts
And
promo on HBK.
It's funny, we haven't even gotten to that part of the year yet, and he's already cutting these promos.
Alright, so we got the Maoist Communist Party of India, and Maoist Communist Party of India, commonly known as the Nazi-like movement, is the far-left radical communist group that seeks to overthrow the Indian government.
Do it like that. He was plotting his removal from DX, even though he joins the corporation.
You signed your own death warrant when you lost the title at Survivor Series.
Yeah, once you failed to regain the title, that was you. HBK and DX show up. Corporation sneak attack sets up DX versus Corporation tag match at St. Valentine's Day Massacre, because they're not going to be involved in the halftime heat show.
No. I'm pretty sure the halftime heat show was literally just Rock versus Mankind.
It was, yeah. Falls count anywhere. Halftime heat. They do last man standing. So St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Yes, elimination tag. Exactly. St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Rock versus Mankind. Last man standing. Ends in a draw, as it did.
Last man standing, no man standing.
Yep. DX versus Corporation.
I'd give the Corporation the win here. I'd give the Corporation the win here.
I'm going to do the
on one of the Raws before Mania. Because on one of the Raws before Mania, Michaels beat Shamrock to get a title shot.
We'll do it this way, where he used the sledgehammer for the first time. First time use of the hammer. Vince versus Austin Steel Cage.
Big Show.
Number one contender. Yep.
For that one Big Show lover in the chat, this one's for you for that.
Big Show debut, and Austin still wins. So there's obviously the major changes: the sledgehammer and the tag match. They're all, to be fair, they're all big match. Yeah, it changes, to be fair. Okay, so next one, as you say, HBK runs the gauntlet. Raw up to Mania. HBK demands title shot versus Triple H for the IC title. No worries, Josiah. I can see your laptop froze. No worries. Let me just drop you there. I'll remove that a little bit, and then when you're ready, I'll add you back in. HBK demands the IC title. Vince orders HBK to run the corporate gauntlet to earn the shot and any match type of his choice. HBK versus Kane. gotta make it slightly bit awkward but fair as well on both sides, where he actually takes out the DX members. Hello, mate. What do you think of my little
Hello?
twist?
I like it.
I want to make
And
it like
it also
HBK,
makes
like HBK's got to run the gauntlet, but
yeah.
Triple H is also injuring his former friends in the meantime, so he's
Yeah.
got like no support. So
And
HBK
it al-
has to face Bossman. Oh shit! What the fuck?
been the hardcore champion at this point, so the hardcore match is perfect now.
Exactly. I don't know what the hell happened there. So we've got that. So HBK now has to face Big Boss Man. HBK wins due to ministry interference and attacks Michaels first.
Oh yeah. Still setting
Before
up that Hell in a Cell
kidnapping.
match.
Yeah,
Oh,
still got to do it.
Yeah.
They kidnap Boss Man.
yeah.
Triple H versus Billy Gunn. Non-title. Billy Gunn
Billy Gunn
loses,
Oh,
and per stipulation, he is banned from being involved in any HBK matches, or he will be fired.
Yeah. That's a pretty Vince thing to do. That's
Yeah. HBK versus Test. HBK wins and moves on to his final opponent, The Rock.
who is the champion
And this-
at this point.
Yep. And this is where the fun test begins. So HBK's got to run the gauntlet to challenge Triple H for the IC title, name his stipulation. Whereas Triple H, if he wins his gauntlet against DX, he gets to name the stipulation at Mania. Right, so that's something I'm going to add to this part.
So I'm guessing Michaels beats Rock and Triple H loses to X-Pac.
No,
Oh, do they both win?
HBK loses to Rock
Ah, interesting.
because Rock finally gets his win over.
Oh yeah.
Rock gets his proper win this time over HBK through interference. Rock versus HBK.
Ah, him.
Referee. Hit triple. Oh, bloody hell. His final opponent will be X-Pac.
And then I'm guessing Mankind's also told if he shows up in this match, he's not allowed to be special referee. I guess.
Yeah. Who will we have as referee for this match? Shane McMahon.
No, it would have been Big Show.
Now, if he's got the Rock versus HBK
Oh,
match, we need to have
Vince.
No,
I guess.
I suppose, yeah, Vince is referee.
Yeah, he's got to be involved in some way.
Austin, commentator, but cannot interfere.
Yeah, or he's fired because
Yeah,
Vince
we'll have
because Vince would
contract
Vince
with it.
wouldn't even Vince wouldn't even take his title shot away. He'd just fire him.
Yeah.
5 years old, he would later move to Manchester United in 2016/17 with 28 goals.
Huge changes. So then we have
Always talk about his Champions League legacy and the fact that
the final one.
he's still regarded as one
No,
Rock.
Rock wins. Yeah.
Rock wins by interference. Sorry, Rock wins by Big Show using the choke slam on Michaels. Then the corporate elbow. Triple H wins by title belt pedigree on X-Pac. So then the big one. Actually, I'm going to drop these two down just so we can get the... If I take these two... Oh. Ah, no worries, buddy. I'll remove that. I'm not banning them. I'm just kicking them because it's frozen. Yep, 2 seconds. There we go.
There we are.
There
okay.
we go. So we've got the big one, HBK versus Triple H announced for WrestleMania. Triple H gets to name the stipulation, and that I'm going to let you name the stipulation and the result.
Okay, so the stipulation will probably just be last man's. No, I want it to be unsanctioned, just like it was in real life in the future. Just
Fair enough. So we're not getting a ladder match. We're not getting an Iron Man match or a Hell in a Cell, thank God. We're getting unsanctioned.
and then there's going to be loads of shenanigans where everyone gets involved, and it ends with Michaels winning, obviously.
Yeah. I'm going to put it in the best way. Interference galore.
Yeah.
Interference galore.
Literally everyone, DX, the corporation, the ministry, whoever you want to show up can show up. Because you've also got to remember that the ministry are feuding with them as well.
That's true.
Even Big Show as well, because he's turned face for some reason at this show.
Yeah. Poetic justice.
Yeah.
HBK wins with the figure 4 leg lock.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I put it as a who's the bigger Ric Flair
bigger
fan?
Ric Flair,
No way. Ugh. And I think with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll leave it at that. But that was awesome.
Nearly 4 hours. Yeah.
3 hours 51. We're definitely going to wrap there, and that was incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. So, my friend, thank you for tuning in. If you want to join in more for the G1 stuff, you're more than welcome, by the way.
Wait, before I go, is there going to be a stream for Slammiversary or not?
Not watch long, but I'm going to be doing the review tomorrow. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are more than welcome to join me on it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and we will see you in the next one.
Take care.
Bye.